Welcome to the real world. We are here. We are back. This is our May watch list.
That's right.
This is everything we watched in the month of May.
It may or may not be.
I think it is.
I think it is.
We're going to start from May the 1st, go all the way through, looking at our Letterboxd diaries here.
Yes, that's right.
We got a lot to get through.
We've got a lot of ground to cover. We watched a lot of movies this month. I watched a minimum of 24 movies.
That's right. Let's get started. Thank you so much for joining us here in the real world. Make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified of all our videos. Carson and I are both on Letterboxd.
Yes, we are, and that's what we're talking about today. So every movie that we watch every month, we log on Letterboxd.
That's right.
We write full, extensive reviews for each of them.
Absolutely.
And this month, I set a special challenge for myself.
Yeah, that's right.
It was to watch every James Bond movie in the month of May.
You hadn't seen a lot of them.
Most of them I had not seen. I had only seen Daniel Craig's and Sean Connery's runs.
That's right.
So about 6 or 7 movies, but there's 24 of them. Yeah. So it was an undertaking. Right. So we're gonna have to get through this pretty quick. Let's start with
May the 1st.
May the 1st.
May the 1st. I watched Thunderbolts. So that was the same day you watched Thunderbolts.
I also watched Thunderbolts May the 1st.
So that was the new Marvel film.
What did you think of Thunderbolts?
I really enjoyed this.
I loved it too.
I think it is the way forward for Marvel.
Yeah. Give
directors their own thing and let them run with it.
Sure.
And it's unique and it's fun and it's exciting and it's different. And
right.
It's exactly what we needed.
I think that the obvious complaint is that it's all very gray and dark looking color-wise.
It's appropriate. It's appropriate
for the characters in the story, sure. I like that it was toned down, very very streamlined.
I feel like it was back to basics for Marvel.
Yeah,
it really did. I mean, for me, I really enjoyed it. I thought
the best actions. It had genuinely good action sequences.
Practical
that weren't previs.
It's not a CGI mess.
It was a practical car flip that they did.
Yes.
It's great. All the stunts. The stunts were really good. Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of that one. 4.5 stars for me. I mean,
I
really liked it.
That's high praise. I gave it 3.5.
Okay.
I also gave another movie I watched the same day 3.5.
Okay, what you got?
I started with Dr. No. You got to start at the beginning.
Of course.
This is one I had seen before. I love this movie. Sean Connery's Dr. No is great.
Fantastic.
It's a fantasy film.
Yeah,
I didn't realize upon rewatching it that it's a
60s masculine power fantasy.
Exactly. That's what Bond is as a character.
Right.
But this movie it really leans into that fantasy. Yeah. There's literally a dragon they talk about.
Right.
It's really just a giant machine, but
exactly.
It's all in Jamaica, which is great. These movies have great exotic locations.
Yes, love that.
Dr. No is just a guy on vacation with a gun, basically.
Right,
is the whole movie.
Exactly.
But it's great. I watched it in black and white because I had seen it before.
I'd like to watch all these in black and white.
I think I watched all of Sean Connery's movies black and white because all the ones I had seen before I tried to watch black and white just because I was already familiar with them. But Dr. No, really good. I gave it 3.5.
Excellent. On the 3rd?
On the 2nd.
You have something on the 2nd?
Yes, I watched a movie almost every day this month.
Perfect.
The 2nd was From Russia with Love.
Which this is my favorite.
I like it far more than Dr. No. Far more.
This is my favorite of Connery's run.
This is easily a 4-star movie. I mean, it's fantastic.
I think I have it at 5.
You have it at 5?
I think I do.
That's high praise.
The Bond girl, the villain,
yes.
The action, the single location. It feels like the whole movie. I just remember that train so well.
Yeah.
Feels like the whole movie's on the train.
I know what you mean, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I know it's not all on the train, but the train stuff is so good.
This one, I mean, I think a lot of people look at Dr. No as like, ooh, that was like the beginning, the start of everything. But From Russia with Love really establishes the trademarks of Bond.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Moneypenny is here. She wasn't. I don't think she was even in Dr. No. He's got the car. The gadgets start to show up. It's very cool. A lot of hallmarks of the series.
It feels very contained, that film.
Yeah.
The other ones feel real big and crazy. That one feels more intimate to me.
Yeah.
So I like that one.
So
on the 3rd, you watched Goldfinger.
That's right. The 3rd was Goldfinger. This is the gold standard, I think.
This is the one everyone goes to as like the Bond movie.
Correct.
Because it has...
And for good reason, because it has a great...
everything.
Villain, iconic looking villain.
Iconic henchman.
I love
Oddjob.
Oddjob is great. He's got the hat that he can throw. It cuts people in half.
It's also got the Aston Martin, which became a staple throughout the series.
Yep.
Great stuff.
Yeah, it's a very comprehensive... Everything you expect from a Bond movie is there.
Great iconic lines too. I expect you to die, Mr. Bond.
Yes, of course. He's with the laser. Iconic. This movie's parodied a lot.
That's great. On the 3rd, I watched Grease.
Oh,
I just threw it on.
Great.
Me and Alex both really like it.
Grease is great.
And so we decided to watch that together just because it's one we know. It was late at night. And we wanted something we knew just to throw on. And
Great. I love
So we
it.
threw that on. And then on the 3rd, I also watched Them.
Oh.
So I think I watched Them first, because Them I watched during the
This
day.
is the ant film.
This is the Giant Ants.
Giant ants.
This is a 50s sci-fi B-movie, monster film.
That's right.
And we were outside playing,
Mm-hmm.
and the kids were like talking about grasshoppers. We have all these grasshoppers in our yard.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what if these grasshoppers were giant? What would you do? And they're like, I don't know. I was like, there's a movie about that. So we threw on Them.
Good.
And had a blast.
Great.
Had a blast watching this. So much fun. One of the best of the 50s era monster movies.
It's such an interesting era
so
because at that point you had a lot of kind of censorship going on in that era of film.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously there's the whole communist thing, the kind of red scare, but
yeah.
so a lot of it is negative and is usually historically shown in a negative light. But it also means that we can show these movies to any age of people. These movies are just anyone can see them. There's nothing even remotely offensive,
right,
really.
Exactly. All right, next up is May the 4th.
May the 4th, big day.
May the 4th
big day, Star Wars Day.
What'd you watch for Star Wars Day?
I watched Thunderball for Star Wars Day. I love Thunderball. Thunderball is another movie I give 4 stars. I think it's about as good as Goldenfinger is. Mm-hmm. It's incredible. Everything about this movie, the clothes, the architecture, the locations, the gadgets, it's all
jetpack.
It's like jetpack in the beginning. It's all very, very 60s. Yeah. Very Incredibles feeling.
Yep.
It's such a cozy movie to watch. Yeah. And some of the most incredible underwater sequences I've ever seen in a movie. Still today.
Absolutely, I agree.
I've never seen
only topped by Mission Impossible Final Reckoning.
2 armies of scuba divers harpooning each other.
Right.
It's to the level of Aquaman. It's that level of awesome.
Right, yeah.
But in a different way because it's real.
Yeah.
They're really scuba diving and cutting each other's air tubes, and it's crazy.
Right, I know.
So cool. Thunderball's great.
Well, on May the 4th, I watched a Star Wars film because I'm a true Star Wars fan.
Of course.
Unlike you.
I did watch a show. I watched a Star Wars show because Tales of the Underworld came out.
Oh, yeah.
So I watched the Ventress and Cad Bane episodes. Those were so good.
They were excellent. Excellent stuff. We watched... my children had never seen anything other than A New Hope.
Yeah.
And I wanted to change it up. I didn't really want to do Empire yet. I feel like it's still pretty heavy for them. They're pretty young. Yeah. So I did Solo.
Ooh, Solo's an interesting place to go.
Yeah, I thought Solo would be a great kind of... It's a great entry point, really.
It's very fun and silly.
It's so fun. Yeah. It's so just, it stands alone very well, yet it ties in with A New Hope perfectly.
Definitely.
And it does all that. And
it's got our favorite character, Therm Scissor Punch.
Therm Scissor Punch,
He's
the greatest Star Wars character of all time.
next only to Claude.
Claude, of course. Claude is right there with him. I really like Rio. Durant.
Rio's great.
Voiced by Jean Favreau.
Of course.
This is great. It's a great cast. It's so super fun. We watched that, and right after it, we put on A New Hope. So it was a really fun kind of double feature there for Star Wars Day.
You didn't show them Andor season 2?
Didn't go Andor. No,
oh,
not ready for Andor
shocked.
yet. So they're not ready for Empire. Definitely
I'm
not
shocked
ready for Andor.
I'm shocked that children don't want to watch Andor.
What about on the 5th? What did you do on the 5th?
On the 5th, it was You Only Live Twice.
I can guess the rest of your
movies. Think you can. I mean, some of them are different, but You Only Live Twice. These movies, these are forced. Right after the other, it's just bam, bam, bam. Connery's knocking it out of the park.
Absolutely.
Every one of these Bond movies is solid. So I'm just going to stop saying that they're good because every one of them's good, unless I explicitly say otherwise. Okay. You Only Live Twice has some amazing dialogue. That's one that I really wanted to highlight. The one point to take away there, I think, is the dialogue is awesome.
Cool. I need to rewatch that.
Space race, Cold War plot.
Yeah.
Still in that 60s thing. Blofeld, yeah. He's way more prominent in this movie.
Right.
But yeah, You Only Live Twice is very good.
Cool. I continued a Star Wars marathon, which continued for several days.
Yes.
I watched Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Again,
excellent film.
The kids had not seen that. They loved it.
Of course.
Little Annie.
Every kid loves that movie.
You gotta love Little Annie. And
I got for my birthday.
Pod race, all of it.
For my birthday, I got You Got Me. Storyboards. Yes, the storyboard book collection
for the prequel
and the original trilogy. And I just finished reading through Phantom Menace.
Nice.
It was incredible.
I'm really excited.
And the amount of shot detail in every frame
storyboard,
is very, very interesting.
That's cool. After they went to bed, I watched Attack of the Clones.
Nice.
So
isn't that a great film?
Look, I'll just say it right now. All the Star Wars movies get 5 stars. We've talked about this recently.
We talked about this because I just
stars.
rewatched. Last month we went to the theaters and saw Revenge of the Sith in theaters.
Anniversary.
Very cool. We talked about that.
Yep.
But
I twice.
I kind of I did. I kind of reevaluated Star Wars.
Yeah.
And have only just. It took all this whole month.
Yeah.
It took for me to just realize that every single one of them is
5 stars
in its own way.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Because
the original trilogy, it's easy to say that they're perfect.
Right.
They're obviously great movies.
Yeah.
The prequels, they're perfect because they're exactly what George Lucas wants them to be.
Yep. That's right.
Every ounce of those movies are his.
Fully Lucas.
And really, I mean, the original trilogy is that as well, to an extent.
Sure.
And we'll talk about the sequels later, but those movies, I think, are also perfect in their own way.
Right. Great film.
So what day are we on now?
Fantastic. The 6th.
The 6th. This was a good day.
Okay.
This was a good day.
Interesting.
Because I finished the Connery movies.
Oh, Diamonds Are Forever.
They're over. Well,
no.
There's one. I had to go back because whatever.
You did it in chronological.
I did chronological order.
Right.
I watched On Her Majesty's Secret Service. This is not only my favorite James Bond movie. This is one of the best movies I've ever seen. On Her Majesty's Secret Service is so good.
Wow.
It is the definitive James Bond story.
Interesting.
To the point where they literally remade it 3 times. It's crazy how they retold the story 3 times.
Okay.
It's the greatest characterization of Bond and the Bond girl and the villain.
There's a lot of unexpected things.
A lot of unexpected directions. Yeah. George Lazenby is a totally new guy.
Right.
And they established that right off the bat in a very clever and fun way.
Fourth wall break.
It's incredible. It's incredible. Skiing and bobsledding.
See, I was on the opposite end of this.
Curling.
I was on the opposite end.
There's curling in this movie.
When I saw this, I couldn't care less about it. And it was one of those movies where I was just like, no. Just no. I was a huge fan of Connery. Couldn't stand the fact that they replaced him. I didn't get the direction they went in. I couldn't stand it. I thought it was awful. So I'm excited to rewatch it. You're on the opposite end.
It is a very different direction than Connery.
Yeah, right.
And I think that by the time that I got to You Only Live Twice, I was tired of his abusive, angry, gruff, grizzled, overly masculine.
He's kind of over it too. He's kind of
exactly.
Movie, he's just in it for the paycheck.
Right, he is exhausted by those movies. You can tell. And Lazenby, he's fresh blood. He's so excited to be there. You can tell he had so much fun making that movie. It's just incredible. And really, the heart of the movie is that relationship.
Right.
And it's I still think the most emotional relationship with Bond and any girl.
I'm excited to watch it. On the 6th, I watched Andor Season 2, A Special Look.
Okay.
Does
that count as a movie?
Which is a fill-in for Andor Season 2, Episodes 7, 8, 9, which are some of the best Star Wars we've ever got. The Gorman Massacre.
That's high praise.
All of those episodes are just phenomenal. It is top-notch filmmaking.
Yeah, we don't usually talk about TV, but
Andor, I had to mention it. I had to log it because it was just so amazing.
Yeah.
It was truly a triumphant 3 episodes.
Yeah. Movie. It's a movie.
It's
a consecutive story.
Correct.
It's a 3-hour movie.
So I just had to mention that briefly. What did you watch on the 7th?
On the 7th?
Was it Diamonds Are Forever?
It was Diamonds Are Forever.
There we go.
This movie I gave 2 stars.
Yeah.
Diamonds Are Forever
doesn't go out with a bang. Connery, unfortunately.
It's pitiful. It's pitiful because you come out of the greatest one ever.
Yeah. Right.
And you go into a return to what I was glad we were getting away from.
Yeah.
Diamonds Are Forever.
For you, it was a step back.
For me, it's many steps back and down. It's sad. I mean, it's got some cool stuff in it.
Right. Las Vegas.
But the takeaway is everything in this movie is disgusting.
Yeah.
The fact that it's set in Vegas, the fact that I mean, the hair,
really.
the decorations, the way that it's shot is even kind of gross.
Right.
It's all unexciting. I remember watching it for the first time and thinking that, and then forgetting about the movie completely.
Right.
So rewatching it was like reliving a nightmare.
Yeah. It was time for a change.
It was bad.
It was time for more to step in.
We have now officially moved into the ugly 70s era of James Bond.
Right. On the 7th, I watched Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
Great.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Excellent film.
I mean, truly amazing to watch. And the fact that it holds up so well is really shocking. What'd you watch on the 8th?
On the 8th, I watched 2 movies that kind of went hand in hand. It wasn't really planned, but they went hand in hand pretty well. I watched Live and Let Die. Live and Let Die.
Bow, bow. Paul McCartney, his song is the greatest part of the film.
I completely agree. Everything else in the movie is a little crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
It's Roger Moore's first Bond movie.
Yeah.
And
they went all out.
They went full 70s with it.
Right.
It's voodoo magic and tarot card reading just... They're in the swamp of Louisiana.
Yeah, what a weird setting for
It's
Bond.
very strange. Yeah. It's very strange. There's lots of weird stuff in that movie, but it's a ball of fun. I mean, I was very entertained by it.
Right.
It was a totally new direction.
Yeah.
So I was a little excited by it. But I gave it 2.5 stars. I think that as a movie, it's just not very strong. Even though it has some exciting things. Way too long of a boat chase. This movie has maybe the longest boat chase in cinematic history.
Yeah.
It is gruelingly long. I think this is also the introduction of J.T. Pepper.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes. Great character.
J.T. Pepper he'll return.
Oh,
and he is...
That's what the screen credits say.
Yes, J.T. Pepper will return at the end. He's excellent.
Yeah.
I really like him.
Yeah, he's fun.
He's just a cop who talks like a solid guy. He's got a solid raw to him. Mr. James Bond is going to go to the adventure in the bayou. He literally has a cousin who has a speedboat.
Of course.
The fastest speedboat in Louisiana.
Don't you?
The fastest speedboat beside the Mississippi. It's ridiculous.
I love it.
I also watched Sinners that day.
Oh, okay. Interesting. That's a great double feature.
It was an interesting double feature because it is voodoo magic and kind of 70s stuff. But
Southern
setting. Sinners is incredible.
I'm excited to watch it.
You must see it.
Yeah, I will.
Because it's about so much. It's hard to talk about because it's so full. Right. Mm-hmm. It's so full of subtext.
It's a full dinner.
It's a full dinner.
4-course meal.
But just the kind of blanket concept is cultural vampires.
Oh,
they're not just vampires. They're culture vampires.
That's cool. That's a cool idea.
They're out to get not just African American culture, but every culture.
Yeah. Right.
So it's really interesting.
That's cool.
The way they weave that into the story, and it's about it's not what you think it is. It's not a Michael B. Jordan action zombie movie.
Yeah.
It is about a folk musician.
Interesting.
And it's about how there are certain artists, there are certain musicians who transcend ordinary ability.
Have you seen Crossroads with Ralph Macchio?
I haven't. I want to. It sounds a little similar. Sounds a little similar.
I mean, not the
zombie vampire part, but yeah.
It's got that musician-centric idea.
Sinners was excellent. I gave it 4 stars.
Cool. On the 8th, I watched The Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
Many hail it as the greatest Star Wars film of all time. I can't argue with that.
For good reason. It was my favorite for a long time.
It is phenomenal.
Yeah.
It is so well written. The acting is great.
Yeah.
The reveal. Yoda still blows me away. Yoda blows me away every time I watch it.
It's such an impressive effect.
I'm shocked by how real he is. He's a character.
He is.
In the film.
He is. Yeah.
And it's a testament to Frank Oz, but also to Mark Hamill and his incredible ability to act off of this little puppet. It's amazing. Really
I love reading old. I've done a lot of fan reaction and critic reaction to Star Wars throughout history.
Right.
Just because I was trying to build a big defense of the sequel trilogy.
Sure.
So I heard somebody say about Empire after they had seen it. Star Wars was ruined for me after they brought in the Muppets.
That's funny.
It's great. I love it. I love that people even back then hated and didn't understand.
There's always
Star
been
Wars.
criticism to Star Wars.
Yeah.
Always. It's nothing new. What about the 9th? What'd you watch?
The 9th I watched The Man with the Golden Gun. Oh boy.
This is a good one.
This is a great one.
It's one of Roger Moore's best.
It's absolutely one of Roger Moore's best. This is his Goldfinger.
It's got gold in the title.
It's got gold in the
Why do
title.
gold in the title? We'll get to Brosnan's gold in just a moment, but
J.W. Pepper is back, baby. He's back and he's better than ever. He's got a bigger role in this movie.
Nice.
This movie is very hip. It's very fun. Knick Knack is the name of the henchman.
Great name.
He's a little person.
What a great name.
And it's a great character.
Christopher Lee, baby.
Christopher Lee, he's the pull of the movie. He's the real life James Bond.
Yeah. Ian Fleming's cousin. On whom the character is based.
Yes.
Actual World War II spy.
Exactly. People don't know this, but he's really James Bond in real life.
And it's so great that he's the villain.
Yes. It's perfect.
I love that he's not James Bond.
Especially in this story because he's really a Black Mirror to James Bond.
Exactly.
I mean, the only thing that really is separating them from becoming each other is Bond's obligation to kill for the greater good.
For the government,
yeah. Well,
Scaramanga just
for the government. He does it for the
himself.
government in the Daniel Craig movies. Right. But Roger Moore does it for the greater good.
Right.
Roger Moore has an Adam Westism to him.
Oh, good.
An Adam West Batman.
Parallel. I like that.
Where he's very heroic.
Totally right.
He's very heroic. He's like Jackie Chan in Police Story.
Yeah.
He's almost a celebrity.
Sure.
He's somebody who everybody can depend on and count on and always saves the day.
Yeah.
Roger Moore doesn't really... He's not the type of Bond to go rogue. He's done it before, but he's not the kind that usually does that.
Right, exactly. On the 9th, I watched Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
Which, for a long time, was my favorite of the original films. And still love Jabba.
Is it not anymore? Of the original trilogy?
No, I think it's Star Wars. I think A New Hope is taking its place. Return of the Jedi is fantastic, though. I love the Ewoks. Jabba's palace is one of my favorite sequences.
Definitely.
In all of the Star Wars films. And, it's got a great finale. I mean, the great, ending with the Emperor and Vader and Luke. It's fantastic.
Some of the greatest... It's probably... Well, next to maybe Return of the King. I was going to say, one of the greatest closings to a trilogy ever.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Absolutely.
It's an incredible ending.
Great film. On the 10th, what do you got?
I watched nothing on the 10th.
Nothing on the 10th. I watched The Force Awakens on the 10th.
Yes, my absolute favorite.
J.J. Abrams taking the reins, bringing it back. It flows so well from Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
It was really fun to do that. You can. One thing about the Star Wars films that's also interesting is you can really watch them in any order.
Pretty much.
Because, I watched Solo.
Yeah.
Then I watched A New Hope. Then I watched Andor. It was like, and I was watching Andor all throughout this month, too.
Right.
It was really interesting.
Especially for us who we've seen everything already. We know everything. Exactly. We know where everything goes.
Right. Yeah. Then I went to the prequels.
So in our heads, we're just in it.
Yeah.
We don't have to.
And what's also interesting is that they stand alone very well. Each film.
Because it's a universe.
Yeah.
Star Wars is a place.
Yeah.
It's a place where all these stories happen. Watched a great interview with Pablo Hidalgo.
Yeah.
The genius.
He's great.
The genius behind modern Star Wars.
Right.
And he talked about a lot of people don't understand Star Wars because it's a place.
Yeah.
It's not a story or a movie.
It's a story.
It's a place where those stories happen.
Right. Exactly.
It's a place where any story could happen.
Correct.
The Skywalker Saga is the story.
Is a story
That's
universe.
us. It's the main story, and it's the one where all the other stories branch out from.
Correct.
It's the trunk of the tree.
Exactly.
But Star Wars is the whole field that the tree's in.
Right. So yeah, Force Awakens, fantastic. Such a fun movie.
Yeah, it is.
Easy to watch. Just had a blast with it.
So fun.
Finn, man. Finn is such a great character.
He's excellent.
Love his character in that.
Finn, Poe, and Rey. All three of them. And Kylo.
Ren, Maz. I love Maz.
Every time I watch that movie, I just think, this is the great...
It's Harrison Ford's, might be his best performance as Han.
It's his best Han performance, I think.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's all in. Chewie. I just love Chewie in it, too.
Yeah.
I mean, every moment.
Everyone is used so appropriately.
Yeah.
It's just enough of everything.
Correct.
It's not like, there's nothing to complain about.
No, I agree. It's fantastic. What did you watch on the 11th?
On the 11th was The Spy Who Loved Me.
Oh, see, now this I like a lot.
This is
right there with Man with the Golden Gun for me. I might like it a little more.
This is my favorite Roger Moore movie.
Is this your favorite one?
Yeah.
So good.
This is The
Bond Girl.
This is my favorite. This is his quintessential Bond movie.
She's great.
She's a KGB agent.
Yes.
It's the spy versus spy thing.
Yeah, I love that.
It's very sweet, very cool.
Yeah.
The romance between them is explosive. works so well. The visuals, I was just blown away by the cinematography of this movie. Yeah. It is incredibly well shot, especially compared to all the others, which are very simple and classically shot. But there's such an artistry to this movie.
You noticed the lighting more? Was it the locations?
It was the lighting. It was the framing. Yeah. It was the motion of the camera. Everything just kind of flowed a lot better. That's great. Yeah, it was incredible.
Good movie.
It's an incredible movie. It's very well crafted.
Great.
I give it 4.5 stars.
Wow.
It's a near perfect film.
That's high praise.
Yeah.
On the 11th, I watched The Last Jedi, which is the most divisive Star Wars film.
That's right.
Look, I totally get it. I get the complaints. For me, they're all invalid because
I would say it's the most divisive. I don't know if it's the most hated though.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Might be the next one we talk about. But it is so cool.
It's so cool, guys.
It is probably the coolest Star Wars movie. It is just so. It does so many things that are so unexpected.
Yeah,
it has so much fun.
But at the same time, I feel like Last Jedi is exactly what Last Jedi had to be.
Absolutely.
I don't think anything else could have happened in the story of the Skywalker saga. No. Like from a certain point of view, it's shocking because it's not what.
It's not what you expect.
It's not what
most people wanted.
It's not what that story typically would be.
It's not what most people wanted.
But it is exactly what it had to be. Yep. It's exactly what the story required. Mm-hmm. It's the direction it was meant to go.
100%.
So it's like when people complain that these things were not planned or that they weren't
right.
There was no communication between anyone.
Right.
It's like this is the continuation of Force Awakens perfectly.
Right.
This is exactly what happens after Force Awakens. Right. Literally the second after.
Yeah.
So
it's great. It's great. It's fantastic. Yeah. Mark Hamill's best performance, maybe of his entire career.
His career.
In my opinion.
It's impressive because he hates everything he's doing in real life, but you can't tell because he's such a good actor.
Well, it's perfect. It's perfect because
it's everybody hates
everything.
Yeah.
It's perfect. You couldn't have asked for a better script, a better actor, a better director for this movie.
The stars were very aligned for.
And this is also probably the most well shot Star Wars film. It is stunning cinematography. I mean, the shots stand out so much.
It's incredible, yeah.
The action sequences, the opening bomber run. I mean, it's just it's
something that's a quality I think the sequels hold over everything else.
Yeah, the visuals are just on another
incredible level. Cinematography.
Yeah,
just
absolutely
amazing.
What'd you watch on the 12th?
On the 12th, it was For Your Eyes Only.
Oh,
For Your Eyes Only.
I can't see this.
I
can only see this.
You can only see this.
Only you.
That's
right. The rest to you or me or who?
This was good. Belina Havelock rocks.
Okay.
She's a great Bond girl.
Okay.
Because I think her relationship with Bond is more of like a mentor thing going on.
Right.
It's not overtly romantic.
Yeah.
But it's really, really good. She's kind of on a quest for revenge.
Okay.
And she's kind of like a young James Bond in a way. So to see Bond, Roger Moore at this point is like 58, I think.
Right.
So he's kind of aging into an older role.
Yeah.
Which is cool because that also fits with this character with kind of taking on almost an apprentice.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
It is cool to see.
It's cool that they did that. I wish that they did that more. I wish that they went further into that, you know?
Yeah.
But this is a good start for sure.
On the 12th, I watched Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker.
Oh boy.
Which is my favorite of the sequels. It is so good.
I just rewatched
Talk about
this
a great closer to a trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. This movie wows me.
Yeah.
It's stunning.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's visually.
Yeah.
The pacing is breakneck speed.
Yes.
It's so George. It's so Flash Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
It's so all the stuff that inspired George.
Yeah.
And they just tell a great story. They close out all the character arcs beautifully.
Sure.
And it's what Star Wars has always been about: family, legacy, redemption. It's all right there.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
It's a ball of fun.
Perfect.
It's a ball of fun.
It's got the best C-3PO stuff ever.
That's definitely true.
It's got these great like run and gun sequences, like with Poe and Finn that I just love, and all the lightsaber duels are so emotional.
It's very kinetic. It has incredible energy.
Great energy.
Yeah.
Great pacing. Great just quality storytelling. I really find this story compelling. I find the characters so interesting.
It's very difficult.
Where it takes them.
It's difficult for me to understand why people hate these things.
I don't get it either. I really don't.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just
we judge them differently, I guess, because we grew up on them. And,
I guess. I mean, again, I was 12 when I saw Force Awakens.
Yeah, right.
So to me, that's Star Wars, and then Last Jedi as well. I was shocked that people didn't like Last Jedi. And Rise of Skywalker, at that point, I was apathetic toward the fan base, and I was just like, this is just going to be great, and it was so fun.
It was great. Great stuff. All right, so on the 12th...
The 12th was Moonraker for me. Oh. Moonraker. This is the beginning of the end.
This is
James
Bond in space.
This is James Bond.
This is them jumping the shark.
In space.
As we say.
Jumping the shark.
It's like, what are you doing?
I've got to rattle off some interesting things that happened in this movie.
Is this the one that introduced... No, the last one introduced Jaws, right?
Correct.
And this one,
correct. Yes.
Jaws is back.
Jaws is back.
He's a great character
with a girlfriend.
Right.
I
love that.
Moonraker has.
I love the henchman gets a storyline. It's crazy.
James Bond wrestles an anaconda. He dresses up as Clint Eastwood.
Oh yeah.
He fights a samurai in a glass museum. He experiences 12 G's of force.
Wow.
And he goes to space.
Love it.
So it's pretty incredible. Moonraker has a lot going for it.
It's great.
It's just that as a film, it's just not very compelling.
Yeah.
It lacks any kind of emotional depth or plot intrigue. It's just a very straightforward, kind of bland adventure that has some moments where you perk up and get excited.
Sure.
It's kind of a Hollywood B movie in that way.
Okay.
Yeah, the Bond girl in this one is trash. Okay. She's weak. It's just like a girl, a doctor. Oh, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
All right, let's move on then to the 13th.
Oh no! Did you watch anything on the 13th? I
didn't watch anything on the 13th or 14th. So you got to go 13th and 14th.
So the 13th was the worst James Bond movie ever made. It's called Octopussy. It's the worst one ever. Nothing about it is good or fun. James Bond is in India, which sounds like a novel idea. If you did James Bond in a Bollywood movie, that'd be awesome. If it was a musical, that'd be so fun. If it was dancing, they do none of that.
Or if it was Monkey Man.
Or if it was Monkey Man. The only fun things in this is there is a tiger in it.
Okay.
There's an elephant chase. It's very brief, but there is an elephant chase. There's a motor rickshaw chase, which is pretty cool. Okay. That's a very Indian-centric thing. Yeah. James Bond dresses up as a clown. He runs around on a train in this movie. And my favorite is he hides in the mouth of a plastic alligator.
Oh, yes. I love it. Well, we can just move on then to the next film.
Yeah. Well, one interesting thing of note here is Maude Adams is an actress. She plays two different Bond girls in the series. She's Andrea Anders in The Man with the Golden Gun.
Oh.
And she's also this different character in this.
Interesting.
So this is my evidence to suggest that Octopussy is not a canon James Bond film.
Oh, so you just disregard.
So this is James Bond's fever dream after he had too much bad curry in India. Okay, that's my justification for this film existing.
I love your headcanon here. It's great. All right, let's go to the 14th.
14th was A View to a Kill.
A little bit better.
Or worse. A little bit better.
A little bit better.
Okay. I mean, Octopussy's the ground level.
This is his best one.
It's the bare minimum.
Or this is his last one. I mean,
I believe this is Moore's last Bond movie. Yes.
So at least he didn't go out with the worst.
No. A View to a Kill is really good.
Yeah.
A View to a Kill. It's 85, so we're well into the 80s now.
Right.
We've got some incredible things. We have Christopher Walken in this film.
You can't beat Christopher Walken coming after James Bond.
Christopher Walken makes a great Bond villain. There's a horse jockey chase.
It's crazy that Christopher Walken fought James Bond and Batman.
It's true. It's true.
That's crazy.
Max Shrek.
That's crazy to think about.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Has anyone else done that? I don't think any other actor's done that. Been in a Batman movie and a Bond movie?
Well, I'm sure one of them has been in both. I don't think he's been the villain. Yeah, that's pretty big. It's interesting. Walken's a great actor.
He is.
This is pretty good. It's got some hilarious moments. James Bond, there's a great sequence where he drives a car that's cut in half. So he's driving the front half of the car and the bottom half is cut off. It's great.
Interesting.
It's so funny.
It sounds like a very good comedy moment.
It's full of great comedy moments. James Bond is basically a superhero in this movie. He saves people from burning buildings.
Love it.
It's so good.
That's great. On the 15th, I watched Tales of the Underworld, which again we don't talk about shows very often, but I just had to mention it because it is kind of like a movie. It's like
the Ventress movie and the Cad Bane
episode arcs. Yeah. Fantastic.
Super good.
Cad Bane, his backstory finally got after all these years.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Incredible.
Ventress continuing her story in a really interesting way.
So interesting. I mean,
can't wait to see what happens with her next.
Ventress's
interested in
episodes in Tales of the Underworld is a direct continuation of
Dark Disciple,
the book.
Yeah. Quinlan Vos shows up, all of it.
I was not expecting them to pick up right after that book ends.
Fantastic.
Because people are going to be like, people who haven't read the book are going to be like, what is this?
Great.
Why is Vos here? What's Obi-Wan doing here? What is... It's so cool.
Love it. Tie it all in.
Yeah, tie it all in.
All right, so the 15th. Did you watch anything on 15th?
15th was The Living Daylights.
The first Timothy Dalton film.
That's right. Dalton has taken the tie.
Younger Bond. He's younger.
He's younger.
But they don't really treat him younger.
They don't really treat him younger.
He's clearly younger. I mean, he's in his 20s or 30s, it seems like to me. And he looks so young, doesn't he?
This is a good return, I think, to some of the classic Bond isms.
Right.
We got away from the gimmicks of the War era.
This goes a a more gritty.
The Moore era.
This goes more
a little more gritty.
A little darker.
Where the music is quintessential Bond. It's jazz music.
Sure.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
Dalton just slips right into Bond.
Yeah,
he's just unquestionably Bond.
He's a good Bond.
It is just so good, so good. Yeah. But he's
got a ferocity to him.
Yeah,
he has a sort of almost like a sinister.
He's hearkening back to Connery a little bit.
Yeah.
He's trying to bring Connery back in some ways.
He's got that darkness.
He's a little more intense.
Because Moore was so silly, I think.
Yeah.
They wanted to go in a different direction.
And he's called Old Man in this movie.
Did they call him Old Man?
They call him Old Man.
He looks so young.
Yeah. I think it's because it's all canon. It's all interconnected.
They're kind
so
of
you
trying
can't
to
have
treat it all like,
15 adventures at this point and still be a young guy. It's like some of the younger characters are going to call you Old Man.
It's odd because it's clearly not the same actor, and he's so much younger that it's odd to have that continuity. I like it in a way, but it's sort of at the same time it's sort of strange.
Well, it's a little strange because they recast a lot of the characters, not just Bond, but Moneypenny is recast.
Sure.
She's got big shoes to fill, and she doesn't quite fill them.
Yeah.
It's a very different take on Moneypenny. Moneypenny, by the way, she's my favorite Bond character ever. I like Moneypenny more than Bond, more than anyone.
Wow. She's a great character.
Moneypenny is the heart and soul of the character of James Bond.
Yeah.
She is his moral compass. She's the best in On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Okay.
Because she basically saves the world in that movie.
Wow.
Because Bond is like, I'm done with this. I'm going to retire. I'm giving it up.
Mm-hmm. And she has to step
in. And Moneypenny's like, okay, I'll give you 2 weeks off work. And because of that, she saves the world because Bond is back.
I like that.
So good.
Good stuff.
But she's different in this.
Yeah.
I like that she takes a more active role in this one. But it's just, she doesn't have the same relationship with Bond, where it's kind of a flirtatiousness.
Yeah.
They're not very playful with each other.
Right.
It's just kind of more of a business relationship.
He's more of all business. Dalton is all business.
Right, Dalton's all business, sure.
All right, so on the 16th, I watched Mission Impossible, the original.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
This is a phenomenal movie.
Yeah? I think I've only seen it once. I think I've seen it one time.
You've got to watch it again. It is fantastic. It is so well made.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't waste a moment. Every shot counts. It's so beautiful to look at. It's got this soft glow. It's like an old school spy movie. It's got this Hitchcockian vibe.
I'm sure it's got a lot of James Bond influence.
Man, it's so good. Cruise is phenomenal in it.
Mm-hmm.
So many great moments, and it builds this world in an interesting way. It tells this very character-centric story, though. Fantastic. Definitely well worth watching if you haven't revisited that original movie Brian De Palma directed. It is well worth visiting again. This, of course, was me prepping for The Final Reckoning. So
That's right.
Getting into the mission mode here. What'd you watch on the 16th?
16th was my birthday.
Happy Happy birthday.
So I watched Incredibles 1 and 2.
Yes.
And the whole time I was just thinking about James Bond. Because those movies are very Bond influenced.
That's true. You saw all the big influences there.
Yeah. I'll talk about the biggest, like, amazing, like, obvious Bond influence in that movie later on.
Okay.
Because it's an Ouroboros of inspiration. Bond movies that come out after Incredibles take shots directly from Incredibles.
Really?
I'll talk about it in a minute.
That's
but
fascinating.
It's very interesting.
I didn't know that.
It's very interesting.
Cool. On the 17th.
17th was License to Kill.
Oh, the second Dalton.
The second Dalton, much better. Much better.
Oh, really?
License to Kill is great. This is a 4-star film.
Oh, wow.
James Bond goes rogue.
Of course.
This is, I think, the first time. I think this is the first time Bond goes rogue, as far as I can remember.
More goes rogue.
Does more go rogue?
And Connery goes rogue, I think. I'm pretty sure all of them go rogue in one movie.
I don't think Connery goes rogue.
At least one movie, I'm pretty sure. Maybe not.
Maybe
not. You just rewatched it. You know better than me. So.
But I've watched them all so quickly, it's hard to remember exactly what happened when. This is the first in my recollection where I noted, importantly, that he goes Bond. That's a big deal. That's like the plot. Oh, he goes rogue in On Her Majesty's Secret Service, kind of.
Yeah.
This is like the pull of the movie, though, is him going rogue here. Right. That means he's got no gadgets. It means he's got no assistance by anybody.
Right.
So it's a great Moneypenny movie. That's why I like this one, because Moneypenny, she phones Q and she's like, "Hey, Bond needs our help."
Nice.
So it's like their personal relationship now is helping Bond. Right. It's not just professional anymore, which is something I wish some of the Craig movies did more.
Sure.
But yeah, it was interesting. This is a great. It's a more modern take on a classic James Bond story.
Right.
Which is pretty cool.
So on the 17th, I watched Paddington in Peru.
That's right.
Third Paddington film. Huge fan of the first two. They're masterpieces, in my opinion.
Oh, they're great. Yeah. Paddington 1 and 2 are incredible. There's a great reference to them in Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
That's right.
Nicolas Cage watches Paddington 2 with his daughter.
Paddington 2 is a masterpiece.
It's a masterpiece. It is. He's totally right.
This third one, they changed directors, and they had to change a cast member. Sally Hawkins, who to me is just irreplaceable.
I know, she's
the mom.
So delightful.
The heart of those films. I'm pleased to say, the actress they got to replace her is fantastic.
Oh, good.
She really does a great job.
Good.
The new director, he seamlessly continued the style that Paul King established in the first two.
Okay.
Added some of his own flair to it, but it's really well done. It's really a fun adventure film. It's more of an adventure film even than the first two.
Sure, because it's
he's in the jungle,
globetrotting, and
he's on the raft in the river,
right.
and like all this cool stuff. Antonio Banderas shows up, who's always a win.
I've got to watch
whenever you can get him.
He's in Indiana Jones.
He's so good in this. He's probably my favorite part of it, honestly. He's really great. They do some weird stuff with him that I wasn't sure about at first, and then I kind of grew to like it more as it went on.
Interesting.
It's some interesting choices there, but definitely worthy follow up to the rest of the films. Now on the 17th, I also rewatched Mission Impossible.
The first one again?
The first one again.
Oh my gosh.
Because I wanted to watch it in black and white. So the first time I didn't watch it in black and white. I just watched it normally, and I was like,
that makes sense.
Man, this movie's so well shot. I wonder how it looks in black and white. I had to rewatch it in black and white.
Okay.
And it was stellar.
Yeah.
I mean, just the lighting, cinematography.
Good.
It all stood out. It's definitely the Mission Impossible movie to watch in black and white. It's classic. All of its choices work so well in black and white. So
I watched a movie that should probably never be seen in black and white on the 17th as well.
What was it?
The Fast and the Furious.
Oh, really?
I rewatched it because it was a friend's birthday, so it was one of his favorites.
Nice.
Incredible movie.
Classic.
The Fast and the Furious is so good. It's very well acted. Yeah.
The original, it's really fun.
It's amazing.
Really
it's amazing.
It's a great group watch.
It's amazing Vin Diesel's performance in that movie because it stayed consistent. It's literally
he's the constant,
and it's not just him playing himself.
Right.
It's him playing this very distinct character,
100%,
who has multiple arcs in the series.
Right.
Because the way that he begins, he's very immature.
Oh, 100%.
He's very immature.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Like seeing
they all are.
It's interesting because going back and watch because we're on the 11th movie now. Going back and seeing where it started is like. It's bizarre. Yeah. It's bizarre because he's so young.
Right.
It's great though.
Great film. On the 18th, I watched Mission Impossible 2. And I was trying to come up with alternate names for these because, the first 3 don't have subtitles.
MI2.
I came up
MI2
with several.
Is MI Woo.
MI Woo is a great one. That's what Tom Cruise would call it.
Bring the woo.
I like By Fire.
Ooh, okay.
Mission Impossible by Fire.
Yeah,
because it's
Trial by Fire.
The woo has all the fire in it.
Of course.
And then there's a quote that one of the characters says, "Thief in the Night," which I think is a good title
that's pretty
too.
Good, yeah.
So those would be my alternate titles.
Did you love it? Like we all love it?
I'm coming around on this because look, my experience with this is the first mission I ever saw.
Yeah,
I was really young, and I loved it.
So good.
Revisiting it years later, I was like, "This is so cheesy.
It is very cheesy,
silly.
Yeah, very
it's
silly.
like way over the top. It's just."
When did it come out? What was
2000.
2000. Okay.
2000. I mean, this is a 2000. This is the definition of a 2000 movie.
Okay.
And
we're about to get. I'm about to get in there too because
it's got its charm.
Yeah.
I gave it 3.5 stars because I really had a fun time watching it.
So fun.
I really did. I had a blast.
And the knife stunt.
The knife.
Oh my gosh.
The cliff.
Oh man, the
music,
sunglasses. He throws the sunglasses.
All of it is just it's so specific. It just doesn't really fit. It doesn't really fit with the rest of the franchise. That's the only knock I really have against it, is that it just feels out of place.
Luscious locks.
But I love it. I really do. I really do like the movie. So, I also watched the third one on the same day.
Oh, great.
And
that's a very different movie.
Very different movie, but really well done.
Mm-hmm.
Abrams comes in and brings his flair, kinetic style.
Yes.
Lens flares. The whole deal, it's all there.
Yeah.
Philip Seymour Hoffman, phenomenal.
Uh-huh.
They start to focus a little bit more on the team dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Very personal story. We finally get to know Ethan Hunt as a character in this movie. So it really, to me, that one really kicks off the real, like, this is the story now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is the story. Even though stuff from the first and second movies come back a little bit.
Sure.
The third one is really where it kind of hit its stride, I feel like. So what did you watch on the 18th?
The 18th for me was Golden Eye.
Yes, we only got 2 Dalton movies.
That's right.
He's got the second shortest run, I guess, next to Lazenby.
Yeah, next to Lazenby. It's okay though. I mean, but he did 2 great movies.
2 good movies.
I think they're both very good.
What did you think of Goldeneye? What did you think of Pierce Brosnan?
Goldeneye's great. Pierce Brosnan, what a hunk. What a hunk.
He is so handsome.
He is incredible.
He's so suave.
He's so suave. It's so easy. It's so easy for him to be Bond.
Perfectly cast.
It's just like it's the most obvious choice.
He might be the best casting as Bond.
Ooh.
Do you know what I mean? Like
there
are other actors that would maybe put above him.
For sure.
But man, he's so good.
It's interesting because when I look at him, I see every other Bond in him.
Right. He's drawing from all of it.
I see a little bit of Connery. I see a little bit of more in there.
From Dalton.
It's really interesting.
Yeah, he's really got a little bit of everything because he has the one-liners, he has the kind of funny moments.
Oh yeah,
but he also has
he's easily the most sarcastic James Bond.
Yeah,
of all of them.
Right. Devil may care attitude.
Yes, for sure. Judi Dench is in officially.
That's right.
In GoldenEye.
Yes.
I don't like her as M.
Really?
At all.
Interesting.
In the Brosnan movies, I don't like her as M at all.
Okay.
Because she is unnecessarily antagonistic toward Bond.
She doesn't like him.
M has always, his attitude toward Bond in the past has always been, whatever. I've got too much paperwork to do to bother about you, Bond.
M's barely a character in the other films. He's barely in them.
Yeah, barely.
And he's just there to kind of give him the mission, and
sure,
he's just exposition man, basically.
Yes, they have good scenes together.
Sure. But what's interesting about this M, making M a woman, is I think why. I think this is all intentional.
Yeah.
Make M a woman, make her hate Bond, because Bond's a womanizer. You know what I mean? That's kind of an interesting idea when you think about it.
It is an interesting idea. It just doesn't come off well enough in this movie, in GoldenEye.
Because I really like GoldenEye.
Judi Dench has excellent moments later on in other movies.
Sure. But this is the one with Sean Bean as evil Bond, right? Evil agent Bond, rogue agent.
That's right.
I love that.
Yes,
I love that dynamic. I thought that was great.
Femke Jensen is in this movie.
Of course, she's wild in this.
She is psychotic.
Yeah, right.
Totally crazy.
Yeah.
It's interesting because she really plays into the kind of weaponizing your sexuality that Bond always does.
Right.
She plays into that to the extreme.
Definitely.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
This movie is full of really, really cool, interesting, fresh takes on things.
Yeah, and it's got a great...
And you're right. Sean Bean obviously is in it. He's a great villain.
Right.
GoldenEye has a really cool, really cool twists and turns.
Yeah, sure.
On the expected Bond formula, and it's a great jumping off point for Brosnan, and a great entry point for new fans. And we're in the 90s at this point. Yep. So, very cool.
New tech, new gear.
New tech, new gear.
It's got a great video game tie-in.
That's right. That's right.
Popular video games
N64.
Yeah.
Slappers only. Odd job.
On the 19th, I watched Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol.
Ooh.
Your favorite director, Brad Bird.
Protocol.
His first live-action film.
It's my favorite one.
It's so good.
It's excellent.
It is so... It's probably the most fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a great...
You know what's funny is it's basically The Force Awakens of Bond movies.
Of Mission Impossible?
Mission Impossible, sorry. Because it's accessible, but it's also like nodding to the original a lot.
Sure.
There's some characters come back.
Yeah, they say light the fuse.
Mm-hmm, they say light the fuse.
He says mission accomplished.
Yeah.
It's leaning into that kind of lighter tone. Which
is interesting because J.J. Abrams didn't direct this one.
right, exactly. Yeah, it's true. He produced it, though.
Mm-hmm.
And, this one kicked off the big stunts. Yeah, this is where we get the Burj Khalifa scene, which is an all-timer.
Still, I think, one of the most iconic cinema moments ever.
Definitely. It's got a great team dynamic. Maybe my favorite team. It's a great team.
Strongly agree.
Paula Patton.
I wish Luther was in it a little more, but it's fine.
It's missing Luther.
Yeah,
he's got the cameo.
He's in it.
It's got the cameo. But Benji takes front and center role.
Yeah, Benji's great.
He's great. Jeremy Renner's fantastic as a new character. Weaker villain, unfortunately. A little bit of a weaker villain.
Sure.
But he's there to serve the story, and again, it's all about the
villain. The villain is about as good as the gadgets are.
Exactly, yeah. They don't work at all. He works a little better than the gadgets, I would say. But the team is great, and it's a great movie. Tons of fun. What did you watch on the 19th?
Nothing on the 19th.
Nothing? How about the 20th?
I had to take a breather.
Okay.
From the non-stop James Bond.
Well, on the 20th, I watched Rogue Nation.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Rogue Nation, to me, it's still the best.
Yeah.
I still think it's at the top of the heap when it comes to the greatness of the Mission Impossible movies.
Rogue Nation's awesome.
It's the perfect team dynamic because you get Luther, you get Jeremy Renner back, you get Benji, you get Ilsa. Ilsa might be the best character in the whole film franchise.
She's excellent.
She's great.
Yeah, she's
got her
good.
own storyline that's really interesting and it intersects with our heroes in a cool way. This one has the best villain, Solomon Lane. He's creepy, dude.
Yeah.
He's creepy and he's smart.
He's basically a Bond villain.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
He's Ethan's equal. He's a rogue agent. He's created his own IMF.
Yeah.
And he's got a plan. And man, it's so many intense moments. The airplane, which to me is still the most insane stunt Tom Cruise has ever done. It's so dangerous.
Yeah.
But this one gets that out of the way in the beginning, and then we get to go into the story, and it's a great spy story.
Yeah.
Lots of espionage, subterfuge.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's excellent.
So good. It's so elegant. I love the opera scene.
Rogue Nation is interesting because it's not just Ethan Hunt that goes rogue. Everyone goes rogue.
Everybody. It's the Rogue Nation.
It's the Rogue Nation. The nation
Hence
goes
the title.
rogue. Yeah, exactly.
All right, what do you got on the 20th?
On the 20th, I got to cash in on my birthday gift and see RRR in the theaters.
Right. Wow.
Theatrical experience.
Wow. How did this go?
It was incredible.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
People dancing in the aisles.
It wasn't that level. Okay. It wasn't. I'm not in India.
It's been a couple years.
It's been a couple years.
Yeah.
A lot of people had never seen it.
Oh really? Oh.
You could tell there were some gasps.
Really?
There were some shocks.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Cool.
Which was great.
That's great.
It was incredible. The most important thing is that this was in the Tengu language.
Oh, the
original language that the movie was shot in.
Yeah.
Even the Hindi version on Netflix is different.
Right.
Different in the way that obviously the dubbing is different, but the subtitles are different.
Oh.
So literally, lines of dialogue are different, and especially lyrics to songs are different. And I didn't think that would be such a big deal, but it makes the movie way better.
Wow. Okay.
And I already think this is a perfect movie.
Yeah, exactly.
But the lyrics of these songs are so rich in subtext of what they're really saying with this song.
That's great.
So good. I loved it. Great
awesome.
Theatrical experience. Everyone cheered.
I'm glad you got to go see it.
Yeah, it was so fun.
That's awesome. On the 22nd.
21st, I watched Tomorrow Never Dies.
Oh, the second of Brosnan's Run.
Second of Brosnan's Run,
What did you think of this?
I loved it.
Really? Better than GoldenEye?
Better than GoldenEye.
Wow.
Tomorrow Never Dies is one of my favorite Bond movies ever.
Wow.
It's one of my favorite Bond movies ever.
Okay.
This is...
Tell us why. Because I don't remember this one very fondly.
It's Spy Kids for grown-ups. That's why. This movie is Spy Kids for grown-ups.
So this goes a little bit maybe sillier, or are you just saying more gadgets, or what do you mean?
More fun.
Okay.
More fun.
Just more fun.
Michelle Yeoh
I like her
is the co-star. She's not even really the Bond girl. She's the co-star.
Yeah.
She's excellent. I mean, it's just like her role in Police Story or whatever else she does. She's young. I don't think I've ever seen her this young in a movie before.
Right.
It's incredible.
This is just a couple of years after Super Cop.
Yeah, that's right. The BMW 750iL has an onboard interface. This is Bond's car, by the way.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And it is the best Bond car we've ever had.
Okay.
It's better than the Aston Martin. Aston Martin's overhyped.
Wow.
It's overplayed.
Okay.
I should have mentioned, by the way, Roger Moore has an amazing car. He has the
underwater
car.
Yeah, the submarine.
So good. I love that car. Great. I like the red version he gets later. But
sure.
This is a great movie. Okay. Great spy car.
Okay.
It blends in to places. It doesn't stand out like a fancy car. It's just like a regular looking car.
Right. This is the one he remote controls?
It's bulletproof. Yes. It is remotely controlled from his spy phone.
Yeah.
This is a pre-cell phone era. Okay.
True.
So spy phones. This is high tech stuff we're dealing with.
Just barely coming out. They were like the huge ones, you know.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Sadly, Q sticks out like a sore thumb because he's a 100-year-old man who's been playing Q ever since Dr. No.
Right.
So it's like, okay, buddy, we need to shuffle this guy off the stage.
That's kind of shocking.
It's shocking. I know. He's like 100 years old. He's got a cane. He's just like hobbling around, barely delivering his lines. Like, oh my gosh, it is kind of obligatory that he's there. But this movie's so fun. It's so great. The villain. I need to mention the villain, Elliot Carver, played by Jonathan Pierce.
Oh sure, yeah.
He is so appropriately over the top.
Right.
It is. It's like Minion from Spy Kids. It's literally that level of maniacal world domination. Is what he's out for.
Right.
It's just great. This movie is so excess. It's so it's big. So big and theatrical and almost operatic.
Okay.
The action is so good. Submarines and Brosnan is known, I think, for his shootouts.
Sure. Yeah, he's very action.
He's the James Gunn with a machine gun.
He's James Gunn.
I don't think James Gunn. I don't think any of the others really used machine guns very often.
No.
But Brosnan always has a machine gun. Yeah. It's like his signature gun is an Uzi. Right. It's bizarre. But it's great. This movie's full of little things that I love. Just so good. M, by the way, in this movie,
much better,
is the worst M has ever been.
Worse than GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is the low point for M.
Yikes.
She's almost to the point of being the villain of the story.
Wow.
Because she lies to the public. She lies to the press. Okay. Evil.
Okay.
And she nearly causes an atomic holocaust in this movie.
Yikes.
If not for Bond, M would have caused an atomic holocaust.
Yikes.
So, thankfully, James Bond saved the world from M.
Wow.
It could have been bad.
Okay.
I should mention also...
She's what kind of drags the movie down a little bit for you.
No. She very, very small role. Very small.
Okay.
She plays a very small role.
Okay, gotcha.
It's just that the things that she does do are terrible.
I gotcha.
I need to mention, by the way, there's a Sig Sauer P229. That's one of my favorite guns ever.
That is a great weapon. I'm on to the 22nd now. I watched Mission Impossible Fallout.
Okay. Fallout.
All-timer.
Yeah.
Fallout's fantastic.
Yeah,
Fallout is really strong.
He loads his arms.
That's right.
Henry Cavill.
In. What a great character.
Yes, he's great.
The bathroom fight, all-timer.
He's got the super stash.
The helicopter scene, all-timer.
Yep.
Skydive scene, all-time. I mean, these are just like all-time great action movie moments all throughout the film.
I really love the bomb defusal sequence with Luther.
Great.
So good.
The whole third act is like cutting between that and the helicopter, and it is so tense.
Yeah. The movie really shines in its third act.
Bringing Julia back.
Yeah.
All full circle. Luther's in there. Ilsa's back.
Yeah.
I mean, Solomon Lane is back. Like, they bring a lot. It's a strong continuity.
It's the Rise of Skywalker. Well, maybe not. Maybe another one is. But
it's really good. It's really Fallout is definitely that, and Rogue Nation to me are just the high points of the franchise. Absolutely stellar filmmaking from top to bottom. Emotional storytelling too, and very character driven.
Yeah.
Which is what makes it work so well.
That's great because on the 23rd...
No, I'm still on the 22nd.
Oh, you've got another one.
I watched Dead Reckoning right after.
Oh, Dead Reckoning. That's right.
I watched Dead Reckoning right after.
Worst
and
one.
It's not as strong. It's not as strong. But I liked it a lot more on the rewatch.
Really?
Knowing what it was, knowing what it was doing, I was kind of into it. I was like, there's some really great sequences. The car chase scene with Ethan and Grace.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, the handcuffs together.
So good.
Yeah, that's good.
It is absolutely thrilling to watch.
It's fun.
It's funny.
Yeah. Grace is the best part of that movie.
Grace is a great character.
Yeah.
Great character. And what they do with her and setting her up. Pom Klementieff as Paris. What a great character.
Yeah, she
has
very
a great
different
little
for her.
character arc, too.
Yeah.
It makes some bold moves. I like all of the moves it makes. I really like this movie a lot.
Okay, all right.
The train sequence. I mean, there's a lot to like here. There's a lot to like here that when I thought back on it, I thought it wasn't as cohesive. It wasn't as engaging and enthralling.
It's just.
But I was really.
I remember it as being just. We're going here. We're going here. We're going there. We're going there. We're talking about AI. We're setting this up. We're setting that up. We're setting this up. And then the movie just ends.
Right.
Just frantically. It just
Right.
disappears. You know.
I get that. Those criticisms are all valid. I maybe could accept them a little more on rewatch, knowing what was coming.
Well, what was coming was the movie we watched on the 23rd,
which we did watch it on the 23rd, but I also rewatched Dead Reckoning again with the commentary.
Oh, on the 23rd as well.
On the 23rd, right before we went to Final Reckoning.
Good.
And the commentary helped me like it a lot more because I got what they were doing.
Okay.
They totally explained why editing choices, story choices, character decision. They broke it all down in a really cool way.
Okay, interesting.
But then we watched the Final Reckoning in theaters in the IMAX format, which is the only way to watch it. Because this was shot for IMAX, with IMAX cameras.
Right.
I think the entire film was shot with IMAX.
Not the entire film.
I'm pretty sure. I think I read that somewhere that this is the first movie all shot with IMAX.
Really?
Something crazy. Maybe not. I could be wrong.
I remember the bumpers raising.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right.
So I don't know if it was all in
that
IMAX.
did happen. Yeah.
Because it's such a great moment when that happens too. Because he's turning the valve.
Yeah, that's right.
And as the valve's turning, that's going whoop, whoop, whoop.
That's right.
So good.
Great editing. Great visual storytelling. I love when they do that kind of stuff.
I gotta say,
what'd you think of it?
The submarine crew aboard the Ohio.
So your highlight for the film.
It sold me. It sold me on the film.
You want Mission Impossible: The Ohio.
I want Adventures of the Ohio. Adventures of the USS Ohio. There's such a great batch of characters.
Yeah, it is a great.
Very, very small part of the movie, but they just shine like a star.
They do.
I love that part.
They're
really so
the whole
good.
subsequence too with him is just amazing. Like when it starts rolling,
it reminds me of a sequence in a James Bond movie that I watched recently. I think it is Tomorrow Never Dies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a sequence in that where it is Tomorrow Never Dies. They go into a submarine to get something, and they have a fight in the submarine. It's very good.
Nice.
Yeah,
Final Reckoning. I think it's a great movie. I really do. I really think it's great filmmaking. I don't think it's the best of the series.
Yeah.
I still think it ends on a high note, though, and I really liked a lot of the choices they made.
It's big.
It's sprawling, epic, globe-trotting. All the characters are involved. New characters come in. Characters come back from a long time ago. that have major roles.
And that have very, very minor roles.
Yeah, but also, like, I was just shocked.
Yeah.
That,
is
like,
shocking.
that, like, you're bringing back this guy who had one scene in the original film. No dialogue. He has no dialogue.
I think he has one shot.
Dialogue.
I think he's in one shot of the movie.
No, he's in a couple shots. But he has no dialogue. And he's a major character in the final film.
Yeah. A good character.
Major character.
Yeah.
With tons of lines, tons of screen time. And not only him, but his wife, who we've never met.
She's great.
I mean, a choice like that is so off the wall. Mm-hmm. But I love it because it makes the film better.
I think it's kind of a deliberate choice to do that because it's something that, like, AI would tell you, bring back familiar characters from the past.
Right.
That's what AI would tell you to do for your final film.
Exactly.
So it's them literally saying, we're going to do what AI is not going to want us to do.
It's the most random character.
We'll bring back the most random character.
Yeah. It's not Emilio Estevez.
No,
it's not. It's, you know what I mean? It's like it's some random guy.
Mm-hmm.
But I love that it's like he's got this important part to play.
Yeah.
Because again, all these movies, Ethan is always about saving everyone, saving every no matter the lady cop in Fallout.
Yeah.
Who's just like in one shot. Mm-hmm. And in any other movie, she'd just
be
James
off. Bond would kill.
Right, she'd just be off in a second. You wouldn't even think about it.
Sure.
But he takes a moment with her and has this intimate moment. And it's just, it speaks volumes to the franchise and the character.
Sure. Yeah.
And I just love that. I love choices like that. And that's why I gave it 5 stars, because
love it.
It's not only choices like that I like, it's the incredible stunts and all that.
Yes.
But it's also, this is the kind of filmmaking we need. This is anti-AI.
Sure.
This is anti-CGI. This is like, we're doing it for real. We care because we care about cinema. You know what I mean? I genuinely.
It's
get that
interesting
vibe
watching.
from Tom Cruise.
I've seen a lot of Tom Cruise interviews and stuff with him.
Yeah.
He really. He'll never stop.
He says he wants to make when he's 100 years old, he wants to make an action film.
He's still making movies. I mean, this feels like the end.
Over 40 years.
This feels like the end. This feels like, okay,
he's
all
just
right, buddy.
started.
You're over. It's done. You did the thing.
You know how many projects he has in development right now? 6 projects.
6 projects?
I
knew he was making 3.
6 projects
6
right now.
Projects. That's
They're developing them.
Wow.
Top Gun 3 is ready to go. They've got all kinds of.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Crazy. It's crazy. All right, so that was the 23rd.
23rd.
24th, what do you got?
Nothing from the 24th.
Okay, on the 24th, I watched the 39 Steps because I was in the Mission Impossible mode.
Okay.
The 39 Steps is a classic Alfred Hitchcock spy film.
Right.
From the 1930s, all black and white. I was in the mood
the 29
for
Steps?
The 39 Steps.
The 39 Steps. I think I might have seen this.
It is so good. It is so good. It is just a great, simple spy film.
Okay.
All set in Europe.
Yeah.
Brilliant film.
Good.
Just well worth watching.
Awesome.
4 stars. Excellent movie.
I love it.
Check it out if you haven't. Criterion has it on Blu-ray. I've got it. If you want to borrow it.
I've got it.
25th.
25th was The World Is Not Enough. This movie was not very good. I gave it 2 stars.
It's the worst of Brosnan's run, definitely.
We've got machine gun bagpipes, machine gun flamethrower bagpipes. It's both. That's pretty cool. There's an
not 5 stars?
There's an over-the-top boat chase, ski sequence, submarine sequence that's really good.
Okay.
An actor returns.
It's the character.
Actually, a character returns from GoldenEye, which is cool.
But it's the Bond girls that fail here, right? Is this the one with Terry Hatcher? No, that was Tomorrow Never Dies. This is the one with Christmas Jones, right? Dr. Christmas Jones.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Denise
Richards as Dr. Christmas Jones. It's a waste because they set her up as the line that they introduce her in is she has no interest in men. And it's like, oh great, this is going to be like a Bond girl who's like literally has no attraction to Bond at all. Right. But they don't do that. They just this movie is James Bond paint by numbers.
Yeah.
It is just everything by the numbers. The villain, the Bond girls, the everything.
They weren't trying. Yeah.
They weren't trying to do anything special.
Yeah. It's too bad. It's a pity.
So later that day I watched The Rise of Skywalker.
Oh.
I think because I was building a Lego set. I was building a Lego set, and I wanted Star Wars on.
Nice.
And it's just so good. It's just perfect.
It's just a fun movie.
Perfect.
It's just such a fun movie.
Every time I glanced up at it, I was just grinning.
Yeah.
It was just so fun.
It is. It's sort of a Star Wars greatest hits. You know, like I said, it's got all the great 3PO stuff. Mm-hmm. It's got some great Chewie moments.
But some stuff I've never seen. So many things I've never seen before.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So many weird directions that movie goes.
Exegol is such a weird planet.
Exegol, light speed skipping.
Yes. Weird alien creatures.
Force transmutation, teleportation. It's so cool.
You know, weird
Force healing, Snake. Oh my gosh.
Force ghosts. Good. It's great.
So good. On the 26th.
Wait, I skipped the 25th.
Oh.
I watched Run Silent, Run Deep. I was, again, in the Mission Impossible mode. I was like, I gotta watch a submarine movie.
You should have watched one of the Bond movies. I can recommend probably like 15 submarine movies to you now.
Just because of Bond.
Yes.
Run Silent, Run Deep is the greatest submarine movie of all time. I'm officially declaring it.
Wow.
There's a lot of great submarine movies. There's a lot of great ones.
There are a lot of them, yeah.
This is the best.
Most of them Bond movies.
This is Clark Gable and Burt Lancaster back in 1958.
Interesting.
Under the direction of Robert Wise, the guy behind Star Trek the Motion Picture and The Sound of Music.
Ooh.
Great director.
Excellent films.
It is a tight, claustrophobic, tense film. All World War II. In the Pacific. And this submarine commander is out for revenge against this Japanese sub.
Oh, man.
And his crew is not on board with him. They like the first mate. The first mate was supposed to be the commander, but this commander was taken over.
This sounds like an episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Oh man, oh yeah.
26 was Die Another Day.
What do you think of this?
I loved Die Another Day. I loved it. I loved it.
See, I remember them tapering off.
No. They get better. This is a 4.5 star movie.
Well, they don't get better because our world is not enough. It's terrible.
It dips.
It does a dip and it comes back up.
Die Another Day is amazing.
Okay.
Welcome to the new millennium, baby. This movie is 2002.
Yeah.
Opens on James Bond being tortured for 14 months.
That's right. What a weird way to
open. By the North Koreans.
A James Bond movie opens like this.
Never.
He's always succeeding some mission.
Yeah. It opens on a great sequence where everything goes wrong for Bond.
That's
where it's like everything should go right.
I kind of like that.
It's actually it's set up to go right. Like you show the car,
right.
You show the gadget, you show the. It's like here we go. Oh, here comes Bond, and he gets captured, and it's like
interesting,
and it's crazy. Yeah. It's a great action sequence, but so good. This movie, I mean, Bond starts off after the torture session of over a year, returning. But at a cost, they had to trade somebody to get him back, and the guy that they traded is like the main antagonist in the movie now. So Bond has a personal vendetta against him.
Okay.
He gets his 007 license revoked. So it's not even him. It's not even him going rogue because he's not part of the organization anymore. He's totally been basically fired from his job.
Oh, okay. But he's still going on this mission personal
mission. Yes, totally personal now.
Right. Okay.
So it's got like, no gadgets, no high-tech gear. He basically just has a gun and a car the whole movie.
Okay.
Until later when he reunites with Q at some point. But this movie gives us an incredible sword fight. Because one of the main villains is a pro fencer.
Okay.
So Bond goes to confront this guy, and they start fencing, and it's just like kind of fun.
Right.
And it escalates, and they go to different rooms, they go to different buildings, and they use different swords and different sword fighting techniques.
Okay.
They use like claymores, and they use samurai swords. It's awesome. It's so good. It's one of the best sequences in the movie.
Okay.
Awesome sword fight. The villain has an ice layer. Okay? His layer is made out of ice. It's in the Arctic.
This is classic.
It's in the Arctic. It's frozen. Okay.
I love this.
The MacGuffin of the film, the super weapon, is basically the Death Star. It's a satellite in space that shoots a sunbeam down that can incinerate anything it touches.
Wow.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Okay, I love it.
This movie, it goes off the rails, but in the best way possible.
Yeah, I remember the car being invisible or something, and being like, "What is this?"
Incredibly, now this is the one where M started to really work for me. This version of M.
Okay.
Because I believe it was in the last one.
World is not enough.
I think it was The World Is Not Enough. No, it is this one. No, it's this one. Yeah. M has personal stakes in the story now, because there's a girl involved, the main Bond girl, Miss Frost, I believe. Miss Frost, Miranda Frost. Mm-hmm. She has like a mother-daughter relationship with M.
Okay.
And she's a double agent. And it's like, what? It's so good. It's so good. M gets captured.
Wow.
And she has a real emotional scenes with Bond and with this girl.
Oh.
And it's great. It's really good M stuff.
Cool.
Because for a lot of the movie, since Bond isn't working for MI6 anymore, she's working against Bond.
Oh, okay.
She's working to stop him.
Okay.
But then there's a pivotal plot moment. It's so good. Right. This movie's full of great stuff.
Yeah.
It's great stuff. Zhao is one of the main villains.
Okay.
He has diamond face.
Okay. Diamond face.
Diamond face.
His face is made of diamonds.
His face is stricken with diamonds.
Oh, okay.
He's holding a box of diamonds.
And that blew up.
And there's a bomb in it.
Okay.
And it blows up, and he gets diamonds embedded in his face forever.
That's a cool idea.
It's so good. It's so good. But the highlight of this movie is Jinx. Halle Berry as Jinx.
Yeah, she's great.
She's a knockout.
Oh yeah.
She is just so good.
Yeah. I like the callback too to Ursula Andress. Did you notice?
Yeah.
The bikini and the knife.
Yeah.
To
Right.
Yeah. Kind of cool.
So good.
The original.
Incredible. She's just full of surprises. Her character goes in interesting directions.
Yeah.
There was a point where I was watching this movie, and I thought out loud. I was like, "Is she the new 007?" Because Bond at this point isn't 007.
True.
And she's acting like a secret agent. She's doing everything Bond would do in this situation.
That would have been a cool direction.
And I was like, I think she's going to be the new 007.
I mean, her name is Jinx.
And
if her last name's B, JB. There you go.
Right. She's not the next 007, but she is a secret agent.
Okay.
So it's the same kind of dynamic.
She's a U.S. agent.
She's a U.S. agent, yeah.
Interesting. Cool. Well, I gotta go watch that.
I highly recommend it. Die Another Day was so fun.
That's awesome.
So fun.
On the 26th, this is Memorial Day, I watched The Bridge on the River Kwai. This is a movie I feel like it's become an annual tradition.
Yeah.
Like on Memorial Day or Veterans Day or something, we watch it.
So good.
Or July 4th.
Mm-hmm.
It's David Lean at the height of his powers.
Yeah.
You know, it's right before he did Lawrence of Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
And wow, what an epic film. Alec Guinness, Oscar-winning performance.
Yeah, well deserved.
William Holden is great in it. Jack Hawkins is great. It is just full of great performances and great, memorable shots.
Mm-hmm.
The army coming into the prison camp.
Yeah.
The bridge explosion, of course. All these great. It's a great just kind of journey
we
take with the characters.
I love that because it's, if I remember correctly, it's been a little while since I've seen it. Mm-hmm. There are prisoners of war who are forced to build a bridge.
Exactly.
So
one of them escapes.
Yeah, one of them escapes. But they develop an emotional attachment to this bridge.
Yeah.
Because they're really working hard to really make it as well as they can.
Correct. Yeah,
and when that bridge explodes, it's just like it's heartbreaking.
It is.
It's heartbreaking.
It is. Yeah, it's interesting because Alec Guinness's character is very much by the book, British soldier.
Yep.
He brings up, to this Japanese commander, the Geneva Convention. He's like, officers will not be permitted to work. We will oversee the work, and he's very just black and white. Everything for him is black and white, and he becomes obsessed with this bridge. He becomes obsessed with it, where it's like he almost forgets he's at war with the Japanese soldiers.
Right. Like he's working with them to build this bridge. Yeah.
His mission is now build the bridge.
Exactly.
It's not fighting this army.
And that's why the Geneva Convention is put in place for things like that, because it's like in times of war, it's important that we have allies.
Right.
And that there are proper channels in which your enemies can become your allies.
Right. These are human beings.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
We're all human beings. Right. Even when we go to war, there needs to be some civility here.
Civility. Civility, like distinguishment.
Right. from Men from Animals.
Yes, exactly.
Really fascinating.
Even though we disagree, even though
we're on opposite
sides of an actual war, we're still gentlemen, and we're going to do this properly. And if I am your prisoner, I'm going to behave properly, like a prisoner should behave.
Yeah, and the Americans come in and they're going, no, we're fighting a war. If this bridge is built, we're dead. So we have to blow the bridge up.
Yeah,
I mean, this is our mission.
Of course,
this is
we're
at war. And so it's a really interesting dynamic of like, you get both sides. Mm-hmm. They both make sense, but it's like the ending is just, like you said, it's heartbreaking, but it's like triumphant at the same time. Exactly. You're like, yay, but oh man, it's a really interesting movie.
It's so interesting.
It's great. It's a great film.
Incredible. Great pick for Veterans Day, for sure.
Same day I watched The Karate Kid. I started that marathon because we were doing our podcast.
That's a good Veterans Day movie as well.
It is. Yeah, I forgot kind of part of that. It's really a big part of that first movie is that whole scene with Mr. Miyagi telling him, about the war stories and what happened to his family and everything. It's a 5-star film. The original Karate Kid, it is absolutely perfect in every way.
It's a movie that kind of, it's interesting because while you're watching it, it kind of just like, it tells itself.
Yeah, it's very
simple. You don't have to read anything into it.
No.
It's a very straightforward narrative.
Yeah, it's very Rocky. You know. I told the story about the Rocky pun that the director told Ralph Macchio. Go watch the podcast and you'll get all the Karate Kid details. Check it out. But that's the 26th. Did you watch anything else on the 26th? Are we on the 27th now? I think I watched the 26th.
Nothing on the 26th. Okay. The 28th is the next one.
27th, I watched Mufasa the Lion King. So the kids went to the library.
I'm sorry.
And they rented this movie because they're huge Lion King fans. As am I.
Of course.
I'm a Lion King mega fan. It's one of my favorite movies ever made.
I think you're so much of a fan that you didn't want to watch Mufasa.
I didn't want to watch Mufasa. I didn't like the live action remake. Live action in quotes.
Nothing was shot in live
action. There was one. There
was a camera.
There was one shot actually in live action on that film.
They shot in a soundstage. There was a camera.
No. They went to Africa for one shot. They actually did. I think
I understand that, but even the rest of the movie, it's still filmed on a camera.
A digital camera, I guess. Yeah.
A digital camera on a soundstage, but it still counts. That's why it counts as live action, though.
Yes.
Because
I don't know.
Because it was.
It's a hard to find line. Anyways, Mufasa is the prequel to The Lion King. Mm-hmm. Well, it's a prequel sequel. It starts picking up right after. It's
Lion King 1.5.
It picks up right after Lion King. Simba's there. He and Nala have a baby named Kiara, just like in Lion King 2. The animated film Lion King 2. Simba's
in Lion King 1.5.
They have a daughter named Kiara, and they're there, and they're talking about all this stuff.
They're there, and they're lions. They're
and Pumbaa and Timon.
Pumbaa and Timon narrate the whole film.
There, and they're like, "We're gonna tell you the story of Mufasa, your grandfather."
Great.
And it's like, okay, cool. So now we're in, and so
now the movie can start.
The movie starts, and it's great.
Really,
I was shocked by how much better the animation was, not just from a visual perspective, but the characters emoting. You could actually tell what the lions were feeling. You could tell when the lions were sad and when they were happy. Mm. It wasn't like Lion King.
It wasn't like a real lion.
2019, where it was a real lion and there was no expression on anyone's face.
They should have shot that movie like Homeward Bound.
Yeah.
And just shoot real animals and just have voiceover.
Yeah. Exactly. That would have been better. But this one, no. There's real emotion. You can see coming through the characters.
Interesting.
And the voice acting is really good. The cinematography is great. The cast is really good. Cast is great. Cinematography is excellent. Mm-hmm. Music was pretty good. Not as the original. I mean, the original Lion King is like the best score ever.
Right.
But they did a pretty good job with some of the new songs. I actually thought were pretty catchy and fun. Okay. The story is fantastic. Really? The story they came up with was so interesting, so engaging.
Okay.
What they do with Scar and Mufasa is great. It is true. It does enhance the Lion King. It enhances that relationship. Really? Huh. It makes me fully get it. Totally get Scar's perspective. Totally get Mufasa's. Why Mufasa treats Scar the way he does, though. Mm-hmm. They don't just let Scar off the hook. He's just a sympathetic bad guy.
They don't give him the wicked treatment.
Yeah, they don't go Maleficent here, where he's the hero. They do some really smart stuff with him and Mufasa, and that relationship it's great. It really surprised me.
I can see that story having a lot of potential. It sounds like it should just be Revenge of the Sith.
It kind of is. It kind of is. It kind of is. 3.5 stars.
Great.
Mufasa.
Awesome.
I think it's well worth watching. The same night, I continued the Karate Kid marathon with Karate Kid Part 2. That is a great sequel. That is a really solid follow-up. It's not as good. I like, though, that it shifts the focus to Mr. Miyagi. It's all in Okinawa. Daniel's storyline just gets rehashed. He gets bullied again by a new guy and falls in love with a girl. You know, I mean, it's literally the same story as the first for him. So it's very bad on his part. But the relationship with him and Miyagi is great.
For sure.
Miyagi and Sato, his best friend, and his former girlfriend, all that whole dynamic is great.
Definitely.
Great little redemption arc for the villain. Pretty good ending too. Pretty good ending. Intense. Pretty intense ending.
Yeah. Okay.
Big stakes.
Good.
There's the stakes. So I like Karate Kid Part 2 a lot. What'd you watch on the 27th? Anything?
Nothing on the 27th.
28th?
28th was a double feature. 28th I watched Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace.
Perfect ones to watch back to back.
I had to watch it back to back because I knew.
It's really one long film.
I watched Casino Royale in black and white.
Yeah. Well, the opening scene's black and white.
The opening scene's black and white, yeah. So I watched the whole movie that way.
Interesting.
Casino Royale. Casino Royale.
This used to be like your favorite one.
Is so interesting. I think it's a great film. I think it's very, very well made.
Yeah.
I think it's incredible.
Yeah.
It's just I had to come to terms with this watching Craig's run because this is Daniel Craig now taking over for Bronston.
Right.
It is a reboot. It is distinctly a reboot.
Full on, yeah.
Except
for one element.
And it is, except for one element. My favorite. Casino Royale, Daniel Craig's James Bond, they say it in this in Casino Royale. He's a blunt instrument.
Yeah.
He's a blunt instrument.
Yeah.
Bond has never been that before.
He's a weapon.
He is a living weapon. Literally bred from the orphanage.
Correct.
To be a living weapon.
Correct.
He gets his license to kill here. He's very, very young, younger than we've ever seen him before. And he has
calling him old man.
And he has a little more like personal stake. In everything that he does.
It's a very personal story for him.
It's personal for not just this movie personal for him, but every decision he makes is heart based.
Yeah.
Whereas Bond in every other
every
other adaptation has been
all
mission focused. Yeah. It's always how can I accomplish the mission and get out alive.
Right.
This is
all heart.
What do I want? How do I feel about this person?
Yeah. It's true.
It's so interesting. It's such a departure.
Yeah.
And it was hard to go from understanding now what Bond is, what it's been historically through the ages.
Right.
And now
taking this full 180 almost.
Totally. Yeah. It's a total reinvention of the character.
Correct.
Because Bond has always been a static character.
Right.
He never has an arc. I mean, sometimes he has an arc.
Mini arcs, though. They're very small.
Yeah, very small. On Her Majesty's Secret Service. He has a big one, and
arc,
it's the best
but it's
one.
One movie.
It's one movie. It's why it's the best one. But he's a static good guy.
Yeah.
Who's very heroic at heart.
Right.
He always does the right thing. MI6 is never questioned.
Right.
In those movies.
Right.
I mean, there are moments in some of the later movies where that's kind of like, what if?
Yeah.
But never really.
Yeah.
James Bond's always the hero. He always saves the day. He always gets the girl. That's always who he's been.
Here he kind of almost becomes an anti-hero in some ways.
Well, he's basically a villain. It's interesting because he is such a mindless killing machine.
Yeah.
Who just is cold and heartless.
Right.
And just he's so emotional too.
In the beginning, he's fully. You're right. Just a killing machine, just destructive and blowing stuff up and killing as many people as possible. Yeah. And it's through his relationship with Vesper that kind of changes.
It's interesting. Vesper's his first Bond girl,
right?
And he hasn't learned to do the Bond thing to the Bond girl yet,
right? So
he gets very close to Vesper.
He actually loves her. He genuinely wants to be with her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we see at the end of Casino Royale his development into doing that to women now. Right. That's what he does now after Vesper, which is interesting. I like to see a little bit of not just like origins of the car or origins of the gun or origins of whatever, but of his characteristics, of where those stem from.
Right.
It's pretty cool to see.
That is cool.
No gadgets in the whole movie. Unless you consider a Blu-ray player a gadget, because there's a Blu-ray player in this movie.
Or the defibrillator in the car.
It's
one moment.
It's a defibrillator.
But it's not really a gadget. But no one has it in a car, so I consider it a gadget.
They have portable ones you can buy.
I guess.
Nothing special. Nothing specially made.
Right.
There's no Q. There's no need for Q to exist.
There's no Q.
There's no gadgets. No JT Pepper.
No JT Pepper.
No skiing. No scuba diving. No skydiving. And only one one-liner in the whole movie.
One-liner.
Do you remember what it is?
That last 10 nearly.
Yes. I love it. I love it.
It's a good one.
It's great.
Lashif is a good villain. I like him as a villain.
Yeah, Lashif is good. Lashif is a lot more Weasley than I remember him being.
Yeah.
His character is there's always a bigger fish. That is his character.
Right. Yeah.
He's constantly afraid that his higher-ups are going to kill him.
Right. That's true, yeah.
Because these movies, when you reboot it like this, you can fundamentally have a series of events that are interconnected. We can have an overarching story with Bond now, plotted out.
Right.
So Spectre is basically a main character in the series of these movies.
Yeah. But they're in the background. You don't
but
really
at the point of Casino Royale, no one knows who Spectre is.
Right.
No one knows they exist until the very end.
Sure.
Which has a great ending that leads directly into Quantum of Solace.
The ending, he finally gets to deliver the line. The iconic James Bond line.
Yeah.
Introduces himself at the end of the movie, which that makes sense.
Right.
He introduces himself at the end.
Right.
Because he's not Bond until the end.
Yeah. Casino Royale is a 4-star movie, by the way. I still think it's great.
I have it at 5. I genuinely think that is one of the great Bond films, one of the great action films of our time. It's a perfect reboot of a character. I really like that film a lot.
I think that what holds me back from loving it so much is
coming off of the old ones. You felt it was a little too different.
Yeah, a little too different.
That makes sense.
It's different in ways that I don't necessarily think are better.
Right. It's not better. I wouldn't even say it's better. It's different.
It's very different.
Different but better.
And I think that I'll talk about it in a minute.
Go ahead. What's
Quantum of Solace was great. I like Quantum of Solace more than Casino Royale.
You like this more than anyone I know.
I love Quantum of Solace.
It's a really interesting movie because it's very short runtime, and it feels very fast paced. Yeah. It feels very different from any Bond movie because it's very action oriented, but what I like about it is it has that great emotional through line, and the Bond girl in this is so good.
She's excellent for sure.
Because she's on a similar trajectory as Bond, and they have a great back and forth. I like that movie.
Yeah, it's a great point. It's so good, and I think that why I like Quantum of Solace so much is that in this movie, James Bond chooses to be a professional. That's the ultimate conclusion of his arc in this.
Great ending. The ending of this is solidifying him as the Bond.
The ending of this is him becoming James Bond.
Correct.
This is Craig's first Bond movie. Yeah. Casino Royale is
an origin story for James Bond.
In comic book
007.
In comic book terms, it's an issue 0.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't really count as the start.
Right.
And they're really a 2-part thing, so it's kind of a continuation of Casino.
Sure.
There's a boat chase. There's a plane chase. There's a car chase. It's like
water, air, fire, and earth. You get all 4 elements.
That's right.
That was what they designed that movie to be. It's kind of a cool idea.
It's very, very cool. Yeah. But yeah, in the end, it's like you have the choice to kill this guy out of revenge for what he did to Vesper, or do what James Bond would do the professional thing, turn him in. And it's just great. It's great because his arc reflects the arc of the Bond girl, and I love the villain because he's a total wimp.
And he's, I think, the first villain with no distinguishing characteristics physically.
He doesn't have diamonds all over his face.
He doesn't have a scar. He doesn't cry blood. He doesn't have hands that can crush things. Interesting stuff.
He's just a short, greasy little goblin. That's what he is.
That's true. He's got very big eyes.
Yeah.
I like that movie too. It's a good one. 28th. We're on the 28th.
Yeah. 28th?
Karate Kid Part 3. The low point in this franchise. Again, we covered these extensively on the podcast, so I'm not going to go in depth on
What's
this.
What's the villain's name? I always forget his name.
Terry
Silver, that's right.
Terry Silver, the most maniacal, sadistic villain maybe in movie
most
history.
Most maniacal, sadistic karate dojo.
Because he's going after a 16-year-old boy and an old man.
Yeah.
And he's doing the craziest stuff.
Yeah.
Tearing up their shop, dropping them off a cliff. I mean, crazy stuff. Crazy, insane things.
Bond villain activity.
Anyone in the right mind would call the cops. I mean, why does Daniel LaRusso not call the cops and say, "Hey, this guy's like harassing. He's tried to kill me multiple times."
Because he wants to have that hardened edge that Miyagi just won't teach him.
Yeah, I know.
There's a little bit of this movie I actually like.
There's elements I like. There's a lot of elements I like. I actually love the whole bonsai tree idea. Mm-hmm. The bonsai tree shop.
Yeah.
It's great. It has great meaning in the story. Truly.
Yeah, it does.
The tree that splits in half. Mm-hmm. It all represents their relationship.
Yeah.
All right, so on the 29th.
Yes, 29th. We're almost done with the month.
The next Karate Kid.
Yes, the next Karate Kid. Loved it.
So good.
This might be my favorite Karate Kid movie.
It is really well done.
Julie-san,
boy's easier. Love Pat Morita in this.
Yeah.
As Mr. Miyagi. He has his work cut out for him.
For sure.
She is something else.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
She's great. I like her character. I think I like her more than Daniel LaRusso just because she's rebellious and she's kind of spunky.
Right.
She's difficult for Miyagi to deal with.
Very difficult, but it makes the ending so much sweeter.
For sure.
You know, the arc she goes through is great. The villains are pretty good. They're maybe still a little over the top. That seems to be the trajectory.
They're pretty violent. That fight outside,
yeah.
The fist fight, oh
yeah.
my gosh. It's crazy.
Love the monks in the monastery.
Yeah.
All that's fun.
Yeah.
Some great moments here.
Sweet.
So
very
it's a fun movie. I liked it. What did you watch on the 29th?
Nothing on the
29th?
30th was Skyfall.
Ooh, my favorite of all the Bonds.
I don't know why it's your favorite. This is one of my least favorite Bond movies ever. I give it 2.5 stars. It's right in the middle.
Right.
It doesn't do anything wrong as a movie.
Right.
I think it's a good movie.
Yeah. It's just where it is.
It's just that
you feel like there should have been 5 other Bond movies than this one.
They literally go from
this
is your first mission to you're an old man in one movie.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's true. It is an odd choice. I agree. But I think it's because Daniel Craig was getting older. Because this is, I think, 4 years after Quantum of Solace. So for me, I'm kind of filling in like 4 years or 5 years he's been going on missions every day.
Sure. My problem with that, and that's fine. There's plenty of stuff that happens off camera, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's just that the stuff that happened off camera isn't necessarily congruent with where we left off with him in Quantum of Solace. Mm. It's fine if things changed between then, but we don't know that. We were never told that. Right. The opening action sequence is really fun.
Yeah.
And Bond dies. It's like, James Bond's dead. Which I think is great. It's a great way to hook you in. Great way to hook you in. The problem with that, to me, is... First of all, they redid Moneypenny. She's totally different. Moneypenny is a travesty.
I like this take on
I like that she's active. I think that her being a field agent is cool.
Yeah.
She just does not really care for Bond very much.
Yeah, that's true.
She has a business relationship.
Yeah.
That's the
they come to care about each other more.
It's the feeling I get about all of them. Bond, Q, and him. It's all just business relationship.
But I kind of like that it starts that way.
Yeah.
I kind of like that it starts, we're not friends. We're just working together, and we kind of have to work together, so we're going to try.
My problem is that as soon as he dies, instead of getting back on the saddle and being like, okay, I've got to pursue the mission.
He's done. He's over it.
He forsakes his mission.
He's done.
He was in the middle of a mission, and he literally forsook it.
Yeah.
He's like, Spectre, they're done, whatever. I'm just going to party it up and drink with scorpions on my hand.
Right.
It's just that this version of Bond...
I like that he's a weary Bond. I like that. Because we haven't seen it before.
But he's not heroic. He's in no way heroic.
True.
He is not... His altruistic nature is not there.
It's not there.
It's literally as if he's born to be a killer. MI6 has taught him to kill whoever they say to kill. And now he's done doing that.
Yeah.
And it's like, I understand what you're doing. It's just that this isn't really James Bond. This is
It's
a totally
not.
different... It's a totally different story.
It's such a different take. I like that it's such a different take. I like that it's not... Let's go back to the formula. He's going to get a mission. He's going to go on a mission. He's going to have a gap. I get it. We've had so long.
Yeah,
We've had literally 50 years of
So we get to see James Bond do things we've never seen him do before. We get to see him go to therapy.
Yeah.
Have a sore back.
Right.
He gets shot many times in this movie.
He does, actually, yeah.
Shot a lot. He complains one time that his knees are killing him.
Yeah, for sure.
And I get it. I understand. It's just not... It's not really a sense of humor that I'm there for.
Right.
It's too mundane.
I get it.
Everything is mundane
very
to Bond.
Grounded, very grounded.
Whereas, like, before, Bond has been very cavalier about things.
Sure.
But he's not bored by his job.
Right.
He doesn't think anything he does is boring.
Right.
He just thinks it's kind of funny. It's like stuff that he deals with every day, so it's not like it's not that exciting to him.
Yeah.
But Craig's Bond is just like, yeah, whatever. Another day at the office. And it's not funny.
Yeah.
It's just kind of...
It's kind of sad. Yeah, it is.
Just kind of sad.
It is, and that's the point, though. That's the point. They're trying to take the character, deconstruct him, make him gritty, make him a real person, make him apathetic in many ways.
Yeah.
And just turning the whole idea of a secret agent, spy who kills people, and going, really? Like, what is that really like? Why? Why is this a thing?
Right.
You know what I mean? And I get why you don't like this, especially coming off of all the fun, silly, crazy Bond movies that they've made over the decades.
Right.
For, I think, the rest of the audience, it was like, wow, this is a really interesting, almost thought-provoking way to take the character.
Well,
in some ways.
It's literally giving James Bond the Dark Knight treatment.
Exactly.
That's exactly what it is.
That's exactly. It's Batman Begins. Casino Royale came out a year after Batman Begins.
Yep.
This is their Dark Knight.
Yeah.
You know, this is, the big villain comes in and wants to shake things up, and I actually like the villain in this. I think the villain in this is interesting, and what I like about this movie is M, because I actually love M in Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace.
Okay.
And I think giving her the proper send-off is really touching in a way, especially because I had seen the Brosnan films as well, so I knew her from those. So I had a real connection to her.
What's interesting with that is I would agree with you if this wasn't a solid reboot,
right?
Because Dinch is playing a totally different character, totally different.
Sure.
So to me, it's like when that happens, it's this M dying.
Right.
It's not the M I've grown to love over the course of 15 movies.
It's still her in the role, though. I kind of feel like there is even though she's not playing that similar character.
I don't feel that way. I just don't feel.
I get it.
When actors play other characters, it's like this is a different character.
Right.
Even if they're the same name.
Right.
It's a different person.
It's just she had been doing it for so long.
I guess that's true.
There was an emotional impact there, and I loved that Silva was an agent who really cared about her. Like, they had a real relationship, I felt like, and there was a lot of interesting subtext and backstory there that I thought was really intriguing. So yeah, and the Roger Deakins cinematography and the action.
Oh, absolutely. I think that
is just top notch.
There's some of the most incredible shots.
Technically, it's
in the entire series.
Amazing. Yeah.
Some of the greatest cinematography ever.
I totally agree.
In the Bond saga.
I totally agree.
Yeah, it's incredible. But I don't like Q at all.
I gotcha.
I don't like Q at all. Sure. Even a little. I mean, Q's relationship with Bond is...
They don't like each other.
Openly despising each other.
Correct. Yeah.
Openly hating each other.
Because Bond's like, you're a kid. Like, who are you? Like, why do I need your help?
Right. Which has never been the Q Bond dynamic ever.
Q thinks Bond's a dinosaur, a relic. He doesn't like him at all.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting dichotomy, an interesting dynamic that I found to be compelling and because it's different.
Sure.
I like that this film series.
It's just that
at this point they had to do something different.
I agree.
They were at a point where they were like, we've exhausted everything. Like, we got our 100-year-old Q. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
We got to get rid of him.
Right. Yeah.
So let's go as young as possible, and let's make this a kid who's coming in, and there's going to be an antagonism here, and they'll grow to like each other and appreciate each other later.
Sure.
I like that. I like that. I like that.
I don't like where it starts in Skyfall.
I get it.
I don't like that thing.
I get that.
That where it is.
I get that.
There's no reason for him to exist because there's no gadgets.
There's 2 gadgets. They're not really.
The 2 gadgets are a gun and a radio. Those are the 2 gadgets.
But it's a really small radio, and it's a gun with a fingerprint thing. It's kind of cool.
Damn! What a waste!
Again,
what a waste of a
it's
character.
A reboot.
I understand.
So,
and it's done much, much, much better in the other 2 films.
Okay, well, let's talk about those in just a second. On the 30th, I watched Karate Kid, the remake. Reboot. We call it the Kung Fu Kid because there's no karate in the movie.
Of course. I like this movie a lot better.
Jackie Chan, fantastic. Jaden Smith, wow. Great performance.
Yeah.
Really like this movie. Really like the change up in setting. I like, that it is a remake. It hits a lot of the same beats, but it's well done. And the changes they make are great changes. So where it feels different. It feels like it's set apart. Even though it's telling the same story, it feels like its own thing.
For sure.
The energy and pacing is different. The camera work, all of it just gives it a different vibe.
It's interesting because it doesn't fall into the simple legacy sequel thing.
Right.
But it's not exactly a reboot.
Yeah. It's not a remake.
It's just taking that core idea.
Yeah, the formula kind of.
Yeah.
The structure of Karate Kid and making a new story with it. So it's effective.
It's
I
very
like
cool.
it a lot.
It's very
On the
interesting.
30th, what did you watch?
The 30th was Skyfall for me.
Okay, 31st then.
31st was Spectre.
Spectre.
I liked Spectre much more than Skyfall.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people are the opposite of you there.
Really?
A lot of people think Spectre's a step down.
Spectre's great.
I think Spectre, I personally don't like it quite as much as Skyfall, but I really appreciate it. And I really like pretty much every choice it makes. Character-wise, story-wise.
Yeah. This is the ultimate conclusion to the trilogy. Really.
Right.
This is
because Quantum of Solace is part 2 to Casino Royale, so that's one movie.
Yeah.
Skyfall's the second film, and then Spectre is the third.
Right. Yeah. It feels like the end of a trilogy.
Yeah.
Because Bond's arc is it's wrapped up here.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
And he becomes James Bond.
Right.
In this movie.
Right.
He ends like the cycle of violence. He gets closure.
Right.
With Vesper and everything.
Well, they bring
back... with his brother Blofeld.
Right, exactly. And they bring back the whole idea of Spectre's been behind all this.
Right.
All the villains so far have been working for Spectre.
Yeah.
And they're the masterminds, puppet masters. And tying Blofeld in with Bond's backstory, I think took a lot of people by surprise. I love the choice.
I just do. I think it strengthens this version of Bond because this Bond is so personally involved in everything.
Everything's personal for this Bond.
Exactly.
Everything's heart driven. It's all passion.
Yes, totally.
I love that another thing I like about Skyfall is he goes to his home, back to where he grew up. Right. The whole thing.
Even though he hates that place.
Correct. Yes. They go into all that though. I liked all that backstory. Yeah. And so this builds on that in a lot of ways. I think Christoph Waltz is great as Blofeld.
I agree. He's really good as well.
The highlight of the film, though, was Lea Seydoux.
Yeah.
I mean, she is fantastic. Madeline Swan. All-time great Bond character.
Absolutely. One of my favorite Bond girls ever.
Very compelling. In her own right. In her own story. She has her own story. Yeah. That's
the way that their relationship develops throughout the movie is very natural, very subtle. Yep. But they're both in the spy world. Yeah. So it's like...
But in different ways.
Yeah, in different ways and for different reasons. And she hates guns and it's so good. That chase on the train.
Oh, yeah, the train. Oh, man.
Oh, my God. Dave Bautista is great. He's a great henchman. Crazy. He's got one line.
Right, exactly.
So good. That. The whole train sequence to me really jump-started the movie.
Big highlight.
Whoa, this is great.
The opening oneer is impressive too. The opening oneer is really good.
I like that it's all in Mexico, and I like the Dia de los Muertos thing.
It's great. I agree that it wraps up the story in a really compelling and interesting way, and it does a good job with everything it tries to do, and bringing in a lot of the more Bondy tropes but in its
well,
own way.
well, it's appropriate that they're all back because now he's James Bond.
Right, exactly. Those first 3 were the origin, really. This is his first Bond adventure, in a way.
Sure.
Feels like a traditional James Bond movie, but
I think
in this fresh way.
I think that the idea of Spectre, like, on one hand, I think it's very... it's unnecessary that it's Spectre.
Right.
It's unnecessary that it's all one organization.
Sure.
But I think that because the way that they tied it in with Blofeld, the way that they made Spectre a Black Mirror to MI6, and the way that they basically did the Hydra Shield thing, where Spectre is MI6 and they're involved,
they're infiltrated.
It makes that whole kind of morally gray, conflicted James Bond character work a lot better.
And the cool thing about the Craig movies is that they're all in continuity. Such strong continuity that we've never had before.
Absolutely.
None of the other films have nearly this strong of continuity. They're all episodic adventures with Bond. And you can just come into any one and enjoy it.
Yeah.
This is like, if you missed the earlier movies, you're kind of going to be missing a lot of the pieces.
The most that you'll ever get out of any of the old Bond movies is a reference to a gadget from before, or like a plot point.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So I like that about the Craig movies a lot. Well, excellent. That brings us to the 31st.
31st. Last day.
I watched Karate Kid Legends in theaters.
Great.
And I did a double feature in the theaters with a movie called Tornado.
Yeah.
So you can watch our reaction to both of these. Karate Kid Legends, Josh and I went and saw, had a great time.
Awesome.
Well worth watching in theaters. If you like the Karate Kid movies, you're going to get a kick out of it.
Great.
Pun intended.
A swan kick.
Yes, the crane,
crane kick.
Tornado, I got to talk about Tornado.
Yeah, I want to hear about Tornado.
Tornado
I'm interested in this.
The latest film from John McLean. John McLean, who directed one of my favorite modern westerns, Slow West. Slow West is, to me, just such a great film. Just a great...
I like Slow West.
Poetic, sort of lyrical, poetic type of a western. Very different type of western.
It's a little slow.
In the title. Slow. Great characters, great story. Very memorable. Great music. John McLean is a musician as well, as a filmmaker. Great music in his movies. Cool. Tornado is the second film. He made this in 2015. 10 years later, we've been waiting for a decade for him. This guy.
Hey, some of them are like that. Some directors they wait a long time and they make one at a time.
Yep, and they take their time on it.
Was it worth the wait?
Well worth the wait.
Good.
This movie Tornado is so good. It's so great.
Is it like Twister? Is that what it's like?
It's nothing like Twister. It's a hard movie to describe. It's a hard movie to talk about because it's so unique. It's a chase film. It's a western.
Okay.
It's a thriller. It's a samurai movie.
Really?
It's like all of this stuff.
Interesting.
That bring together in this movie.
Okay. I dig it.
I don't know how much you want to know about it.
No, it sounds interesting. I'm curious to see it.
It's a very character-centric film. It's a journey the character goes on. It's so compelling and interesting. Very well shot. All, I think, in Scotland, where John McLean is from. Takes place in 1790.
Yeah.
Tim Roth shows up. He's probably the biggest name actor in the movie.
Interesting.
He's fantastic in it. He's sort of the antagonist.
Huh.
And all the character dynamics are interesting. Again, the music, the cinematography, it's all visual. It's very visual driven.
Right.
Not a ton of dialogue.
Yeah.
But the dialogue is meaningful and impactful.
Good.
Performances are off the charts good.
That's awesome, dude. What did you rate this movie?
I gave it 5 stars because it's genuinely it's one of the best movies I've seen all year.
That's awesome.
It's going to be hard to top it.
Good.
Because this director, he's just so in tune with his vision. And like he has such a specific thing he does and a style. Doesn't feel exactly like Slow West, though.
Okay.
It feels like its own thing.
Huh.
But it's a period piece. So it has similarities to it.
Sure.
Just a really well-made movie. I just had a great time in the
theater watching. I'm glad. I'm very glad. Good to hear that we're still getting westerns.
Still getting original films. Independent films. Support independent
The children love the books.
At your independent theaters. AMC Theater is the only place showing this.
Really?
And it's only showing like 2 showings a day.
Oh my gosh.
And it'll probably be out of theaters in like a day.
I'm sure. Need to see it before it leaves.
So it's a great one. Check it out. Tornado. If it's at your local Cineplex, try and track it down.
Another great one. I ended the month off with.
You ended with the final Bond film.
No Time to Die.
No Time to Die.
Incredible movie.
I agree.
Incredible.
I agree. This might be Craig's best.
Easily his best.
You think it is his best?
Easily his best.
Really? Wow.
One of the better James Bond movies ever made.
I agree. It is so...
This is in my top 5.
Is this in your top 5 all time?
Of all time.
Really?
Greatest Bond movies. Yeah.
Of all 25 films, this is in your top 5.
Absolutely.
That's great to hear. I'm
because
glad.
This movie fixed every issue I had
Did it
with
really?
every other movie.
Oh, that's
every
great.
other Craig movie.
That's great.
Watching it, I finally understood him.
Yeah.
Through this movie.
Right.
I understood him.
The whole concept,
and
I feel like, comes together.
The entire thesis of what they were doing in the first place.
Right.
Comes full circle here.
Yes.
This is a what if story. This is a James Bond what if.
I like that.
It's so good. It's so good. And it's basically a remake of the best James Bond movie. It's a remake of Honor Majesty's Secret Service. But
its own thing.
But done in a different way.
Right.
But yeah, this is a total what if story. This is totally what if James Bond was stripped of all of his most surface level qualities.
Sure.
His altruism is gone. His womanizing is kind of gone.
Right.
His altruism is stripped away.
Yeah.
His suave, charismatic, handsome leading man is kind of stripped away.
Yes.
And you get really somebody who never thought that he could have a meaningful life, a happy family.
Right. Yes.
And No Time to Die gives him that.
Yeah.
And the opening of that movie is so good because it's just relishing in this lovely life that James Bond is living.
Yeah.
And it's like it's the exact happy ending that Honor Majesty's Secret Service promised.
Yes.
It's a continuation of that.
Yeah.
And an evolution of it.
Right.
In an alternate reality, this is what would have happened.
Sure.
And it's almost like every other version of James Bond is more sad. Because they're not allowed to have a personal life.
Right.
None of them are allowed to care about things the way that Daniel Craig's Bond does.
Yes.
He's able to wear his heart on his sleeve on every mission.
Right.
This movie has a great cast. It's so well shot.
Oh man, beautiful looking.
The action is incredible. I mean,
intense.
It's amazing because it is the culmination of everything.
Yeah.
We get shootouts. We don't get skis.
Get skis.
It would have been nice if we had skis.
Inspector though, so
we got Snow Inspector. But it's so good. It's so good. Ana de Armas is in it.
Yeah.
Very small role, but she's wonderful.
Yeah.
She's so good in this movie.
Yeah.
She's exactly what I think the series needed more of. It is a young character who is not jaded and cynical and is excited to be a spy.
Right.
If Moneypenny was that in Skyfall, I think I would have liked that movie a lot more.
Okay.
But Moneypenny was just too business focused.
Yeah.
I think that's my issue with a lot of those characters.
Yeah.
And my problem and that problem I think bleeds even into this a little bit. It's like Moneypenny, Q, and Bond. They're like the big three. They're the main three characters. But I just never buy into their relationship. I never buy into them really caring about each other.
Gotcha.
I understand why they kind of dislike the new M.
Sure.
Because it's like he's taking over for Judi Dench. It's a little meta, but
right.
They just don't like their boss.
Yeah.
So they just trust Bond, basically.
Sure.
But I wish that they had just taken that a little bit further into Q and Bond really hate each other, and they still hate each other. That's never changed.
Right.
They really hate each other. But if Moneypenny was more active, if she was like the bridge between them, it's like they tolerate each other because they both love Moneypenny.
Sure.
But that's not really there. That's not really focused on. So it's just a little awkward that they're kind of forced together by happenstance.
Right.
The villain's great. I mean, he's pretty standard Bond villain. But I think it's the Bond girl. It's what is her name?
Lea Seydoux is Madeline Swan.
Madeline Swan. Yes. She's the main character of this movie.
Oh, 100%. I agree.
It's her story.
Yeah, it's true.
And
it's true.
she is what makes the story work.
Yes.
It's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible what they managed to pull off.
So unique
with this movie.
So unique, but it feels so Bond.
Yeah.
It's a really cool balance.
And I've got to talk real quick. I know I've talked a lot about this movie already, but Nomi, the new 007, incredible character.
Yes.
Incredible character.
Love her character.
I completely misunderstood her before.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, here we go. It's just a woman in the workplace, and she's just jealous that he's James Bond.
Right.
Not at all.
Nope.
Not at all.
Nope.
Not her character.
Nope.
Not what I was expecting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is a woman who has worked her entire life doing everything right.
Correct.
By the books.
Correct.
She has earned the 007
100%
title.
Yes.
She totally deserves it.
100%.
And she's probably a better spy than Bond has ever been.
Way better.
She knows Bond's record.
Yeah.
She knows that he's gone rogue in every one of these movies. Yeah. Literally every single one, he's gone rogue.
Yes.
So she has no respect for him initially.
No.
She doesn't understand him.
She doesn't get it. She just sees what's on paper.
Yes,
she
exactly.
Goes, oh, this guy's...
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know why MI6 even wants to work with this guy.
Right.
It's dumb.
Right.
And I understand why she's protective of her position as 007 and doesn't want him to take it.
Right.
It's totally understandable.
Yeah.
So by the time the movie comes to an end, they have a scene together.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so good.
One of the best scenes in any of these movies.
It was fun. I agree.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Because for the first time ever, James Bond gets to talk to 007.
Right.
And it clicked with me. I was like, these are different persons. Right. These are different people.
Yeah.
007 is a weapon.
Exactly.
It's a weapon and it's an agent who always does the mission.
Yep.
And she is 007. She's 100%. The 007 from every other movie.
Correct.
She's the one that we know.
Correct. Yep.
She's the familiar 007.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This version of James Bond is unfamiliar. I think that's why I haven't connected with him before.
Right.
Because they call him 007 and he's trying to be 007, but he's not. He's James Bond. Correct. It's a different character.
Correct.
So he gets to have closure with 007. Mm-hmm. It's so interesting. It's so cool.
It's brilliant. It's a brilliant idea.
Genius. Totally genius.
The writing is genius.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's easily the best Craig Bond movie. Yeah. It's so smart. I think it knew exactly what it was doing.
Yep.
I love that they kill everybody in Spectre right off the bat.
Love that.
So great.
Love that.
Because it's not about that. It's never been about that.
Right.
It's a very personal story. It's very like James Bond and his brother
character,
and his wife and now his kid, and it's like their relationship, their family history. Mm-hmm. So good. The way this movie ends, I literally teared up because
it's very emotional.
Even though Craig is my least favorite James Bond, this movie alone is strong enough to make me care.
That's amazing.
About this character.
That's a testament to the filmmaking.
Absolutely.
The director, the writing. Absolutely. It's great. It is definitely, like you said, it's Madeline Swan's movie because it literally the opening scene is her as a kid. Yeah. The opening with the villain. And I think it is a great villain. I love the villain. I
got to give a shout out to Spectre and No Time to Die for opening properly, as a James Bond movie should open.
Great openings.
With the circles into the Bond walking with the gunshot. It's perfect.
Love it.
I think the fact that the other Bond movies don't start that way really bothered me.
Really?
I think it bothered me more than I thought it would.
In the movie.
More than I thought it would. It bothered me.
Yeah.
But terrific.
Great stuff. Well, I'm glad.
Watching all these movies has been crazy.
Eye-opening.
Eye-opening because I've seen cinema evolve.
Yeah, you've seen over 50 years of cinema.
In 1 month.
Yeah.
I mean, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s. All the way up to 2020s. Yeah. The tropes of those decades are all on display with Bond. Cinema needs Bond.
100%.
Movies need a James Bond because he is he's such a product of its time. Mm-hmm. In the sense that he's a static character who's never changed since the 60s. Mm-hmm. But everything around Bond always changes. Yep. The villains and the tech and the even what the story itself is focused on.
Right.
That's why I think that those Craig movies later on became very character and emotion based.
It's a deconstruction that became popular in the 2000s. It was all about that. It was Batman Begins. It was all
Dark
the superhero stuff that they were coming out with. It was all, let's go dark and gritty. And let's make it realistic. Let's make it real.
Clearly Nolan's James Bond.
And let's get
I'm shocked that Nolan didn't direct a James Bond movie.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
They wouldn't let him. He
Why?
wanted to. Yeah. He wanted to do his own thing. They had their own plans.
I understand. It's worth it for no time.
We got Tenet. That's his
James Bond. Tenet is his James Bond. Sure.
But it's really, like you said, they're all products of their time. So that is a fascinating rewatch. I can't wait to rewatch them. I've only seen most of them one time.
Yeah. Well, you know which ones to dodge and which ones to rewatch.
Exactly. Yeah. So, well, great. That brings us to the end of May. May was a big month, folks. This was a big video.
Yes, it was.
Lot to cover.
I'm going to tell you, this next month, I'm going to take a long break from watching as many movies.
It was a lot of fun, though. So let us know your favorites of all the stuff that we watched. What's your favorite Bond movie? What's your favorite Star Wars movie? Your favorite Karate Kid movie? Mission Impossible? We did a lot of big rewatches of big franchises.
Yes, we did.
And it was a lot of fun. So let us know your thoughts in the comments. We'd be happy to have a conversation with you down there. Carson and I are both on Letterboxd. Follow us there. Hit that like button. Hit subscribe. Hit the bell so you get notified of all our videos. And we'll see you next time right here on The Real World.